Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the MWA official podcast. You join us as we are about to review the Go Home show to Locked Away, where we don't have a chamber, but we will be getting into that a little bit later on. I am, of course, joined by my two co-hosts as per usual. Jacob, who is staring very intensely at us. How are you doing? Well, I know how you're doing, but it's just, I
What's
have to say
popping,
it.
my sinners? I am Jacob Sterry, the Simfluencer, your one true. I gotta retake that. My ring was slightly out of place. What's popping, my sinners? I am Jacob Sterry, the Simfluencer, your one
Ugh.
true pillar. My ring
Yeah,
was also
holy-
slightly. I need to.
Holy yeah.
What's popping, my sinners?
Shut the fuck up. We have more intros to get on too. Well, I mean, we have another co-host, Jacob, but I don't know where he is. Where's Colt at? No idea where Colt is. If only Colt was here, that would be. Holy shit! What's that coming out the void? What's up, Colt? How you doing?
Hey, bud.
Yeah, okay. He's very intense, as you can see. Is he
Doing fantastic, Dobby. How
There
are
we go,
you?
Beautiful.
Ah,
Doing
how
very
are
well,
you? How
thank
are
you,
you,
Colt.
Dobby?
Doing
Yeah.
well, thank you. And of course, we have a guest for today. Someone very new to the Minecraft wrestling scene, but she is taking it by storm. We have Misty. How are you doing, Miss?
Hello, guys. Thank you for having me. I'm very happy to be able to take a part and very excited to get into this week's discussion.
She's just excited to be around
Yeah.
the three top dogs.
Doesn't like being
Yeah,
around Jacob.
sure.
Yo,
No,
Cole,
it's
imagine
not.
not winning your match this week.
Yeah, imagine not winning your match this week.
Hey, imagine not having a match this week. Am I right, guys? Let's all laugh at this. But yes, before we get into the shows, and before we even get into the promos, we have some questions for you, Miss, as is podcast heritage. Misty, what is your thoughts on Raging Rich's hair?
Okay.
I
I
re-
think Raging Rich's hair is pretty cool. And honestly,
Fuck.
anyone who thinks otherwise, they're just jealous that Raging Rich's hair is more talked about than whatever they have going on.
We should kick her
Well-
right now.
Oh,
We've
come
made
on.
a big mistake.
I feel
We've
that's-
made a big mistake.
Come
Why did we
on.
let her on here? Oh
Mi-
God.
Miss, that's slightly debatable.
will
Considering you're
admit
talking,
to
you're in a call with three main eventers who dislike Rich's hair.
To be fair though, she does have purple hair in this picture, and also her profile picture is someone with green hair. I believe is that from Total Drama Island?
Yes, this art style, but it is an original character, so no
Good
really.
show though. Good show. Colt, do you want to take it away with the other questions?
So, Mist, the other question we have
I just realized we have
is
three
Raging
questions.
Rich a femboy?
We have three questions and three hosts. Why don't I ever ask anything?
You can ask the last one if you want.
Okay.
You sit there and look pretty.
Okay, so I don't know about the femboy part. I cannot really say for certain, but Rich has been giving me, like the character, extreme bi vibes. And
I
I'm gonna
see it.
stand by that.
Okay, and I
Understand
see
by
that
that.
one.
I
see that
understand
Yeah.
it, but is he a bisexual femboy or a bisexual?
That's the thing. I don't know. The hair color is very questionable.
See,
It is questionable,
the,
but
the, the facial hair plus the hair color makes it really confusing on whether he's a femboy.
You also use
Yeah.
blue hair.
But like, have you seen that guy on TikTok that's like really, really masculine, like got a nice tash and everything, but like does his makeup all girly and shit?
I think
This might be
I've
like-
seen plenty of
Yeah,
such people.
perfect, rich.
This might be the earliest instance of going off topic on the podcast we've had so far.
Damn.
Insane.
All right.
You have a first
and
question, yeah.
missed.
All right.
Missed. Most important question here. Breezy's mother. Do you think
Is
she's
she
hella
hella busty?
busty?
Well, rumor has it that she is, but I have not had the fortune, or I don't know, maybe
Haven't you?
misfortune, to get acquainted with Breezy's mom.
She's
Why?
she's
that.
really willing to go for anyone.
Yeah.
Like just shoot
Oh.
her a text.
Yeah. Haven't you heard? She's the biggest pansexual on the block. She'll get with anybody.
Oh,
Except
that's
Slick's
interesting to
mum,
know.
who who is a pansexual who licks the pan clean because she's fat.
What the fuck, guys?
Bitch licks the butter out of the pan.
I said Slick's mother. That one's justified.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, as we said, we've got a few promos to cover before we get into the show this week.
And
The
I've
show
watched
itself,
them all.
yeah, Jacob watched all of them. He enjoyed all
I
of
have
these.
plenty of time.
I hope you watched the first one because I think the person in that one's awesome. He's like really handsome. and
I
everything.
did watch that one.
Yay! Yes, but that brings us into our first promo of the week. This being my promo. Hello, I'm
It's
Dobby.
got Kevin in it.
It does have Kevin in it. It has
And
Kev,
Doppel.
Breezy, Doppel, and Tara.
And he
Yay.
did. Dobby didn't ask me because he hates me.
I asked the group chat, and you just didn't reply to
There's
it.
a group chat?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my bad. I'm not in that.
Not
Yeah.
allowed. Not allowed.
Not
I
allowed!
also asked Breezy, but you know.
Friends.
Yes, this
No.
promo.
Sorry.
Not allowed friends. That's snorty. Yes, this promo obviously it sees me going to a restaurant.
We're losing our
I was
permission
about-
to have this podcast.
100%, yeah. I was about to eat some chicken tenders, yummy. But then I see on the news Slickbait is chatting shit on my name. So I'm
You
like,
fucking
no.
seven?
Huh?
What are you, 7? Eating fucking chicken tenders at a
You can't even
goddamn
say
near
chicken
40-year-old?
tenders. Fuck
Chicken
you.
nuggies.
No, I got tenders. I'm a serious man. But yes,
Fuck
obviously
off,
then I
Ryan.
rush out the restaurant, rush to the recording studio, and the security stopped me. So I have a crash out. A camera team films it, and then it cuts to later on where I'm watching it play back at home, and the newscaster, who is Tara, basically says I'm having a mental breakdown, and then it shows me
Menti
drinking. So
B.
maybe she was right. Who knows? I'm pretty sure Colt probably liked that part because he weirdly likes Dobby drinking.
I really
Look-
hope you guys can hear Tiffany's TV in the back.
I can't.
Oh,
No.
that's no fun. Why have I
Maybe
been
your
pinged in question of
OBS
the day
guide.
answers? Oh, Aleku.
Illegal. Shouts out that guy. But yes, this was a lot of fun to film. Once again, this was my promo, so I can't say shit on it.
I also would have really enjoyed filming it if I were to have been asked.
Hey, I like using replay mode, and also fuck you.
This was a very fun promo.
Yeah.
I think
I agree.
I think
I
without
agree
saying it specifically, it added a lot to the visual and interpretation of Dobby's mental health currently, his current mental state in the world.
It was a good Dobby's mental health promo.
It was your average mental health promo. It sets the standard.
No, yeah, this is just something.
President!
I just wanted.
He shot the
I
president.
just wanted.
Sorry.
I just wanted to like build on the character and stuff outside of the shows. So I just took this chance because I feel like me and Slick, as much as we've been like having our on-screen interactions, I feel like there is just more we could do with the promos and stuff like that to just like sort of build on what has happened. Is the best way I could put it. I did not hear what you just said. Not hear you, bro.
Turns out I muted my
There
mic.
you go. Well done, buddy.
I said the K in JFK stands for Kyle.
Holy shit.
Oh my
Is that what I'm
God.
gonna get?
It's just fucking Kyle.
Mate. I'm going to die. Oh.
Jonathan
Oh my God.
Kyle.
Me
assassination
Me when
promo.
me when.
Me when. Okay, we are getting even more off topic somehow.
I'm
Miss,
here.
what did you think of this?
I'm really glad that we're getting these promos. Obviously, this is not the first recent Smile promo and Dobby promo. I'm just glad we get to see this evolve outside just the Unleashed ring, but we also get to see how this has affected mostly Dobby here. I found it pretty fun. We obviously see, you already talked about this, his emotional state developing, his physical health. We see that in him becoming an alcoholic.
And if you
the
know
graying
that-
hair.
And if you know the law, this isn't the first time Dobby's dipped into drinking from bad things happening.
This is true.
I guess that's his
Hey.
coping mechanism.
I wonder if at some
Yay.
point we're going to expand upon that via the promos channel.
Holy frick, that would be awesome. Keep your eyes peeled for that, maybe.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Not literally, Jacob.
Just
No,
rip
but
them
this is-
off.
this is a lot of fun to film. I love getting to like do these little things. I feel like since learning to properly use replay mod as well, I've been like in my bag with making promos. 'Cause I don't have to rely on other people, and I can get all these like cool angles, which I think is really fun.
I like how replay mods become the new meta, and because I don't know how to
Yeah.
set up or use replay mod, I went fuck it, animation.
I wanted to be known. I was the second person to use replay mod after Vanish. So Vanish used it for a promo, and then I did a dream sequence with it like probably a year ago now, maybe a bit more.
I think it was 2023, Kyle.
God, fucking hell.
I think it was like December 2023.
Okay, so that's not terrible. No, but yeah, then Cass obviously came back. Well, came back. She joined, and then she started using replay mod, and she sort of set that precedent of it being a well used thing. And I love replay mod. I think it makes promos like way more immersive. And yeah, I just really enjoy it. I don't have much else to say. Do you guys have anything to add before we move on to the next promo?
Not really.
I love when Dobby drinks.
Dobby drinking gives
guy-
me PTSD to the training school days.
Yeah.
I am in
What's he
character
doing?
Yeah, where he fucking
Hee-hee.
beat you to a bloody pulp.
Yeah.
numerous times.
I'm a good guy.
And people
Well,
want no. I may be the fucking bad guy in the story. I don't give a shit. I accept I'm the bad guy, but Dobby fucking made me this way. And then he turned his fucking back on me. Sorry.
That
Wow.
fucking piece of shit.
That bastard.
You guys
Dobby
suck.
needs to get his ears pinned back the fuck.
Hey, my ears aren't that big.
Oh.
No, but that brings us on to our next promo. What the fuck, Colt? That brings us on to our next promo. Of course, that being Miss promo. Miss
Oh,
is right
no.
there. Hello, Miss.
Hello.
This of course sort of showing you a bit of her background. This is set in Bulgaria, right? In
Yeah.
like a Slavic council estate, I guess.
Yeah.
Text
pretty much.
promo with extra steps.
Yeah, broken lift, so she had to go upstairs. Which has become like a little bit on the Discord where we would just send different gifs of people going upstairs.
Yay.
But I found this like very interesting. I like the first part where you didn't use like actual like voice promo stuff and you just used the text on the screen. I found that to be like quite interesting. And then obviously when you get to the end and you start talking when you're on the roof as well, I just think it makes for like a nice sort of juxtaposition of what happens between the two sets of dialogue where sorry, I got very
Bro,
partial
mention
with
a
that.
fucking Dutch angle at some point. God damn, bro, fucking filmmaker over here.
Hey, I studied film.
I studied
yeah.
it too. GCSE
Yeah,
and A level, you fat cunt. Sorry.
Yeah, but I'm goated, so like
I got a distinction star, you fuckwit.
yeah, but I'm still goated though. So no, but this was a
My
very
apologies.
fun promo. This was that's like MWA sort of promo we've seen since Miss got signed. Which is like very, very cool. And I feel like I've seen the ones you've done in BPW and stuff, but I feel like this was sort of a step up in the fact that we got a bit more backstory, more than it just being like a promo in regards to whatever happened,
Yeah.
in BPW, for example.
I was looking to do that because I didn't really want to make a promo on the matches that I had with Shiv because I feel like it's not being set up to be anything beyond we just saw in the matches. So I just wanted to give some background for this character. So we just know who this character is more or less, or just a little bit more when we're getting into whatever is going to be happening
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I feel like that's a good thing to do. Like, not everything has to exactly relate to.
Sorry,
say, a
Tiffany's
match or a
watching the
segment.
Barbie movie. I can hear the music.
That's awesome. Yeah, it doesn't have to like exactly relate to your match or something like the Kyle Cardova promo did. You can just do stuff that like generally helps build your story. Jacob and Colt are insane today. At least we got us here, Miss, to be serious. Yeah, but no, I found this very fun. I'm excited to see what else you do with this. Maybe I just like the idea of like the sort of different background in the fact of coming from Bulgaria, which is something not like a lot of the community would almost get the background of, I suppose, because we have like a lot of American. Jesus Christ,
The Bulgarian brute.
we have a lot of Americans
Misty.
and a lot of Brits. So obviously it's something we don't get to see a ridiculous amount of, and I'm very excited to see how you build with that. Jacob and Colt, stop being fucking annoying and give some actual feedback, or more so Colt, because I don't know if Jacob watched this one.
I did.
Okay,
I remember
so-
text promo.
All right. Mist, I think this was a fantastic first promo for you in the MWA. I really like this. You know, we were talking about the replay mod being used. I think you used this really well. I thought the elevator bit was really funny when you just go into the elevator and you try to get it working. You're like, what the fuck? And then you just gotta go up a whole flight of steps. I feel like
Yeah.
there's some relatability to that, so I think
Yeah.
extra points for that. I
Yeah.
do like the text in the promo being used, like for captioning when it's like you and your
Yeah.
mother talking. I think, you know, I don't know why I like that. I just kind of like that, and then it eventually like goes on to you like talking on the rooftop. But I think you're setting like a good precedent here of where your character is, and I think that with a little more screen time, which I'm sure you'll get a lot of that after Locked
We'll
Away,
see.
I think you're gonna be a well-established wrestler. Because I know you were talking about it in like question of the day answers when I posted that little like uh fucking essay about myself, and you were like, you might think that people like might heavily overrate you, even though you're still like pretty new. But I
That's
think
kind of
like,
true.
yeah, I think that like with a bit of refurbishing, not like refurbishing as in like a whole makeover, but like just like cleaning off some areas that still need to be cleaned off, and then you'll eventually get like used to the ropes, get used to like cutting more promos. I think you'll be a well-established wrestler here on the roster.
Yeah, thank you.
Also,
I'll be trying my best.
My feedback time. I'm not huge on the text personally, but that's just because I had to pause it multiple times to read it because I'm really bad dyslexia.
Obviously, just
I
dyslexic.
also like the expansion of the backstory of Misty, but one thing I think that needs to be worked on, which is somewhat related to the promo, somewhat not, is the character Misty. Because like right now,
Yeah.
your character is, I'm an emo. I'm so sad, and I'm also Bulgarian brute. Like, there's not
You're
much.
Scottish.
There's not much character besides. Hey, I'm
No,
sad.
you're right. You're right.
I think.
And I'm
with-
hoping to add to that.
I was gonna say with the landscape of MWA currently. Look at me using fucking fancy terms like landscape. With what MWA currently is, it's so much more character based, character focused. Where like in ring, it's an important part of it, which you are very good at. Promos, important part of it, you are very good at. Character work right now, I would say, is like top priority in MWA. Just based
Yeah,
on
right.
everything going on. So like
Yeah.
generic emo character, there's not much the bookers can write about that, like story wise, if that makes sense.
Oh, that
Like
does make
if
sense.
I came up to you and was like, my character is, I drink a lot of Pepsi. Now write me in a blood feud where I hate someone. Make me hate
I can
someone.
do that.
You could
But
do that because you
You're
love
right, you
crack
could do
cookies.
that, but it's harder to do than if I came up to you with a character, like an immediate character that you immediately know, here's what they like, here's what they don't, here is them. Like you just based on the archetype of the character, you know what they want. You know who they can feud with, you know who they can't. I think I need like I just want a bit more of that from you, basically.
Yeah, I agree.
A bit more of a character that's not just I'm in love with an emo girl. Fell in love with an emo girl. All I want, yes, an emo girl.
So,
I'm in
Very
love. Emo girl.
He muted himself. Thank you. You can now talk, Mist.
Yeah, obviously that's what I'm trying to do. I'm gonna be trying to establish some sort of character. I don't think that's something that can happen immediately, and I'm gonna
Oh, yeah,
just use
definitely.
everything at my disposal that I can to, make this character something. Obviously, at the start, I do agree Misty was just there because she was just booked as a villain, and I just tried to play off of that. But now I kind of have to move away from that, from her just randomly attacking people, and actually establish something more about the person. And that's why I didn't want to cut a promo about the match or any of
that's
the
fair.
matches she has.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna see what I can do and expand further on it. I
I
do
was gonna
have
say
some ideas.
it can take time to develop an actual character. Like if you look at me, I've been here for how many years have I been here, Kyle?
6,
6.
6
Uh,
nearing 7
si-
maybe.
oh wait, no, I've just passed 7 in April.
No,
Uh,
really?
Yeah, you just passed
No,
8,
wait,
Kyle.
no, I passed 7.
Oh, then I've just passed
I
6.
joined 2018.
Uh,
Nice.
once again, I'm not good at numbers or letters. I'd be terrible on countdown. Si 2 from the top, 4 from the bottom. Thank you. Anyway, yeah, I've been here for 6 years, and I would say now, like this run, this past year since I've been this influencer, which started March last year, realistically, this is the first time I've had an actual usable character.
Yeah.
Like this run, I've been good at promos, I've been good in ring, but it's the first time I've had a character.
Yeah.
I'll say it takes a while to get that character, but it's one of those things where you will need to trial and error it, figure out what
100%.
works for your character, and you can't just go, well, I want this character to work, and just keep fucking chugging along. If it doesn't work, accept it doesn't work and try something new.
Yeah, pretty much.
Obviously.
I have a little thing to add on to that as well. Just in the fact of, like you said, Jacob, me and you coming from like a way different time in Minecraft wrestling where we didn't even have the option of doing Discord promos back then.
Oh, fucking hell.
Whereas
Vile
basically, hey,
promos.
it's basically like, hey, you have a 3-minute text promo in the ring and you're going to get interrupted. Go out there and establish your character. And it's like, wait, what? Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost a double-edged sword in the fact that, well, now we have it. We have to like make up for lost time. But if you look at like the new people coming in, I feel like there's almost like a massive thing on their shoulders to
Yeah.
like where they've got to really start finding a character and finding a groove because they have so much. They have like everything at their disposal now. Obviously, we have indies, we have promos chat, we have people who help you record and stuff. So I feel like there isn't so much an excuse to not be fleshing out your character as much, I guess,
Yeah.
is the way I'd put it. I feel like Mist. I feel like there's a few people who are doing it really well. I think, namely, Mist and Rory are doing it really well. I think Rory, for someone who doesn't use promo chats like ridiculous amount, I think she's doing like a really good job in like just in ring stuff and
Yeah.
sort of showing us her sort of character and
Who
the
she
way
is.
she works. Yeah. I feel like in the middle of the pack you have Cardova, who obviously he's been using the promo chat a little bit, and he's like trying harder to what is Blood looking for? He's trying harder to.
I'm trying to find Tim.
That's that's where I was getting. Yeah, he's been like he's obviously trying. He is getting better, but I still feel like he has a little ways to go. And you have Tim, who I couldn't tell you anything about Tim other than
Whoa.
he does suplexes and
Whoa.
has long hair. What?
He's freaky.
He is freaky as well. Yeah, that one too.
He comes up with that freaky aura.
Jesus, Colt. No, yeah, I feel like I've told Tim countless times I will help him film a promo to put in the Discord to just give him any semblance of character. He has never taken me up on that. That's not a public call out.
I will
That is just a
say,
cry for help.
he
Please
has
take my...
he has tried to ask for help on character stuff. We've given advice, but it just doesn't seem anything we've suggested has connected with him. It's not me saying he hasn't tried. It's me saying I don't think anything we've suggested has connected with him in a way where it's something he wants to do, which means if you don't want to do it, it's going to be a bad character because you'll be able to tell you don't want to do it.
Yes.
Tim just needs to actually workshop what he wants to do.
Exactly.
And actually
He just
figure it
needs to like sit down, sort of brainstorm what
Yeah.
he wants Tim to be, and just show us that in any way, whether it's like in ring, in a promo that we give him on the show, just on the chats, Discord chats, anything that just sort of gives us more reason to want to book him.
He needs to do promos on the Discord chat before he can get a promo on the show.
Yeah,
Because if we don't
have, like,
know
no
who you are, if we
reason
don't
to
know
give him, like-
anything about you, if we don't know if you're good at promos, If
Yeah,
you want to get
exactly.
promos on the show, promo chat.
Yeah,
Or-
exactly.
or-
Give us a reason.
Or Hoper Indie books you in a promo.
Yeah. You sort of just need to give it like the bookers and everything a sort of window into your ability.
And if we're being... oops, sorry.
I was just gonna say, and like I said, with people like Kyle, Mist, and Rory, I feel like they are doing that, and it gives us more reason and like more ideas on how to book them going on.
And if we are being realistic, it will be terrifying posting a promo.
Yeah.
Because if we're all going to be honest, everyone's first promo's fucking dog shit. I'm assuming Tim and Kyle haven't done much in terms of wrestling promos before and like other things. Your first promo will always be dog shit. Everyone will rip the fucking piss out of you. But amongst that ripping the piss out of you and making fun of you, in a loving way, there will be actual advice. And people will actually help you and tell you what you can improve on. So it's one of those things where you need to dive headfirst into a fucking wall. I mean, into your fear, and just get over that fear. Post that promo. Just get it out there. Let people give you feedback and advice.
True.
I mean, no one's going to rag on you for like trying stuff out.
No.
It's just more so we will rag on you for not trying, if anything.
Unless
feel like there are
unless you're
so many
trying
people-
unless you're trying to do a gimmick where your whole thing is you're freaky, then fucking stop it.
Yeah, I feel like there's so many people
Leave.
waiting
The
in the wings nowadays.
Door's there.
We have like such a stacked roster at this point now. It's just only going to like negatively affect you. And if you're serious about
Yeah.
this and not trying to improve or like show anything of note to the bookers, it's just gonna end up like backfiring, and you just probably won't get booked.
If you don't give a
As simple as
shit,
that.
fuck off.
Yeah, pretty much that.
Show me
I
some
will say-
passion.
I will say, Tim did cut a promo at BPW like a month ago, I think, and I think it was a really good promo on his part.
Was it?
It was pretty
It was.
good.
I think I
it
missed that
was It was when he was Tina Smith, Jimmy
Tim versus
was
Tina. Yeah.
Tim versus Tima. He played as Tina, Jimmy played as Tim. Tim beat Tina, and then Jimmy got on the mic for him, but he ad-libbed his own promo while Jimmy was doing all the movements, and it was a
Yeah.
good promo.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
still feel like
show
he
us
needs to give
that,
us more reason and stuff to give him that mic time again. Like, sure, we could just tell him to go out there with a mic and go nuts, but we have no
I was gonna say, but
inkling of what his character would
I was gonna say-
say and why he's doing it.
why would the bookers do that when you've got someone who is established their character, you know what they're going to do, well, you know roughly what they're going to do and say, and that it is leading somewhere.
Yeah.
You need that character to get to that story. You can't
exactly.
have this fun story where you're winning championships and wrestling cool people without this bit, because you can't build anything from it.
Yeah, exactly.
Even simple characters. Like,
Yeah.
when I say simple, I don't mean like you're freaky. Like Colt's got a simple ass character, but it works.
It does. And it does.
True.
Yeah. And no,
Anyway,
it's just build on that. And yes, you'll be good. Happy smile. But that's all I have to add. Do you guys have anything to add before we get on to the next promo?
We love Misty.
yeah, she's
Yeah.
cool.
Thank you.
She's one of the
pop
women of
that head.
MWA.
But one of the many women, of course. But
Not
that
one of the
brings
many
us on-
accepted ones, though.
Well, that brings us on to.
There's only
another-
one.
This brings us on to another woman's promo. Whoa! It's Avery Burns and Rich arguing whilst Jimmy sadly looks at the floor.
What the fuck did I
Jimmy.
do?
You
What did I do?
Harper.
What did he say? Fuck me for?
What do you say? Fuck me for?
What did you say fuck me for? What did I do? I just click on this promo where I'm just like, oh, these two are just going to be arguing, and I hear my name.
You're just like Jacob Sterry.
I,
yes, this
I
was just
assumed
like
she meant it as a compliment. But no,
never-
apparently she was trying to insult Rich.
It was an insult.
What?
this was of course like an 8-minute promo of them just bickering while Jimmy sadly looked at the floor. I was the one who recorded this, so I saw this all in live time. I like this. I think this is obviously building to something between Avery and Rich, whether that be at XC or post XC. I just think it's going to lead to like a big story and then eventually a match. Um, I just like that Jimmy was just sat in the corner looking sad this entire time,
Every hotel
and
got
then
that
right
Jimmy chair.
and right at the end when Rich goes to leave, he's like Jimmy, look at me, and he just shakes his head sadly.
Look at
He
me.
just
Fuck
keeps
on me.
refusing. Let that part pop me. But no, yeah, this was like, I think they both like really sold the emotion well here. I feel like Avery genuinely sounded like distraught over it, which I found really really cool. Rich obviously he was furious, and then obviously this all leads to Avery not coming out when that massive brawl happened last show, which sort of I guess just worsened the relationship between the two, which we sort of see a little bit on this show, just from like brief talks they have after Cruz comes out. But it's just like I think this also just helps because knowing what was going to happen and that they were not really going to get any more one-on-one interactions till War Games, or spoiler, um, just means like
All right, podcast over. Fucking Dobby's
Podcast
fault.
over.
Podcast fucking
End the
over.
recording.
God damn.
End the
What
recording.
Gee.
End the
fuck?
fucking recording.
Gee,
You ruined it.
I wonder if people knew about that fucking the War Games that has like 15 stars on the poster. Um, no, but yeah, I really enjoyed
still
this. It
can't
was a
say.
little long, but I think it's okay that it was a little long, and also it was on the Discord, so like this is not like you had to watch it, I guess.
Yeah, Dobby
best way of putting
normally
it.
likes it very long.
Hey, yo, is that Riz? It
I'm
might
on
be
about
Riz, I don't know.
penises.
Yeah, thanks, Jacob. I think they got that.
Uh,
How does he know that one? Did you tell him that?
No, he doesn't know that bit. He's just doing it of his own accord.
We'll explain that one later, Cole. You just somehow did an insider bit without knowing the insider bit. No,
We're
but
done
this is
some
really
insider
cool.
trading.
Yeah, I was just sat in the corner of the room filming this, and I said to Rich, yeah, you should just make this like a security camera footage. And he's like, probably not for this one. And he proceeded to do it anyway, so that's fair enough.
What a bitch.
Thanks, Rich.
Raging bitch, if you ask me.
No, but yeah, I told him like my feedback when I was there recording, so I don't have a lot to say. I thought this was a fun promo. It just sort of I feel like it really
It added
nailed
to the
home.
story.
I think it really nailed home just how hostile the relationship is between these two, and how it's like affecting Jimmy as well. And I think I'm very excited to see how that plays into War Games. Well, I know how it does because I'm in it, but like
Cole,
still,
how's they playing to
I'm
War
not-
Games?
Don't tell him, Cole.
Stop fucking saying the WG word.
Why are you saying
What,
this like
games?
so slow? Games?
Yeah,
Your phone.
yeah, we can talk about
Games?
games.
Games?
Don't say WG. Don't say the W part. We haven't
Played
gotten
War
there
games
yet, Doc.
before.
War Games.
He's saying it. He said it, not me.
Yeah, but I'm not in the match
I-
and I didn't know about it, so I'm allowed to
War
talk about whatever
Games.
the fuck I want. War Games.
Damn it.
Well,
War Games.
but no, yeah, I really enjoyed this promo. I don't have
War
much to add.
games.
What did you guys think of this?
I
Alright, so,
expressed my opinion throughout.
Fair enough.
I think.
All right, let me fucking talk, Jacob. Let me fucking talk.
Yeah, Jacob.
Fuck off.
God.
Fuck off. I need to
Fuck
be.
you.
I have an empty chair right there, and I just turned to an empty chair and said "fuck off."
Big shizzle behavior.
All right, so my opinions on this promo. I thought this was awesome. I thought this was great, and I thought everybody played their parts perfectly. Avery played her part perfectly, Rich played her part perfectly, and Jimmy played his part
Hang on,
perfectly,
what?
even though he had no fucking lines. The security camera footage I think was very smart for this, instead of like having a full-blown cameraman. They went the CCTV footage route.
Yeah.
And even on top of that, I think everybody in here, like, I've said this before, maybe, but Avery is like one of the best actors we have on this entire roster.
Yeah,
where
she's
like
really good.
you can genuinely believe there is like emotion coming out of her voice. It doesn't feel like forced. It doesn't feel like
She got that Eddie Kingston vibe.
well, yeah,
I believe
she
everything.
was yeah, exactly. She was literally like Trans Eddie Kingston for a little while.
Yeah.
Until she like incorporated all her like niches and bits into her character, but yeah, I think that this promo is great, and it's one of like only 4 people in this entire community who can take in long form content. Um, um, I think this promo is gonna be called back to a little more when this story evolves. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I think this is a promo they're gonna call back to, and they're gonna, call back to this argument a few times in some promos and segments.
Oh no,
And
my camera's died.
Oh, no, not again.
oh
Whatever will I
no,
do?
Classic,
oh my
classic
My
god,
Jacob's
microphone and all
camera.
of my audio recording like cut out for a minute, during whatever Colt was saying. But hey ho.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Great promo.
Hell yeah, miss.
I thought this was a really fun promo. I think I watched this like 3 times before even like being told
Jesus.
I was gonna be here. I really liked the security camera footage. It felt more like a Hoa segment, and I mean that in the most positive sense.
Yeah.
I guess the biggest question I guess you can ask yourself after watching this is, who you think is the bigger villain here, because we obviously see
Yeah.
a bit more of a villainous side from both of them, because they both say some pretty fucked up shit throughout this promo.
Rich told Avery to die.
Yeah,
As Cruz kindly points out.
Ah,
Yeah,
and
God,
yeah,
why the fuck are you
obviously,
talking in general, chat, bro?
Hey, Breezy got hacked. That was of note.
wait, like
Uh,
right now.
yeah, no, his account got hacked. He had to bring a new one in.
Oh damn, that sucks.
Rough. Sorry, continue.
Yeah. Anyway, Avery, great voice work as usual. Um, I think they all play their parts perfectly well, and that was pretty fun to watch.
Yeah. I definitely agree with the like almost picking sides of who you see as the villain. But I'm more curious who Jimmy, if anyone, who he'd see, not as the villain, because obviously he's close friends with both of them, but who he feels like is in the right. Is it Rich because
I don't.
Rich was there for him?
I don't think, character-wise, I don't think Jimmy should see either of them as a villain or pick either side. I think he needs to play that naive young character that doesn't know better, doesn't know who to agree with, who to side with. He
I
needs that
suppose.
like young naivety about him to help. I don't mean he needs this forever. I mean at the current stage he's at with how new he is to MWA and the character of Jimmy Sins, he needs that young naivety and just blindly follow both of his friends.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how that works, just generally in the sense of where that will lead, I guess. If that will lead to like him, either way, if he like ends up sticking with one person, or if he just like, you know what, I can't handle this, I have to go off on my own or something, which I feel like will be the path he goes.
I think right now Jimmy does need to do that because I think for most of his career he's been slapped with some sort of mentor or some
Yeah,
sort of mentor figure to basically all of his stuff is worked around that relationship.
yeah, pretty much.
He needs to go out on his own and find out who he is on his own without
Yeah.
that extra person.
I feel like it's probably safe to assume Jimmy doesn't walk out of XC champion, and I think that after is where you sort of see that real, not I guess like not build so much as like it all comes to a head between the three of them, and we see like how that goes, which I think will be like very interesting to see. But yeah, I'm just very excited to see where that story leads to. I think it's been one of the standouts, like basically since Avery returned. Really, I think it's been one of the most entertaining stories, even just in the WG subplot. I think it's
War
been the
games.
most. He said it again.
War
It's been like
Games!
you said it now, and you knew about it. No, but yeah, I
Spoilers,
think
right?
it's just been the most interesting subplot. I think everyone's played their role really, really well, and I'm just very excited to see where this ends up going. But
I'm
that's all
excited
I
to
have
see how
to.
the dynamic works inside of war games more than anything.
Yeah, no,
Like
we've discussed that like a lot. That's been the main thing we've
I was gonna say,
discussed.
the payoff's gonna be fun, but that dynamic inside of war games, holy fuck, I'm excited.
Yeah, no, this is going to be really, really exciting.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait for them to both like turn to each other, look at each other, nod, and then kick the shit out of Jimmy.
or Jimmy. No, that's all
And then it's
I
revealed they're
have to add
both
to
my
this.
best friends.
Ah, I love you guys. I'm beating the shit out of you, so you stop it. Um, no, that's all I got to add. Do you guys have anything to add before we get on to the penultimate promo?
Not the penultimate promo. We've got 3 more.
Do we? I swear it was 2.
Gods Can Die, Violet's
Oh,
Tale,
yeah,
This
yeah, yeah,
Beautiful
my
World, Dark
bad.
Aria.
I was already clicked on that one. I was looking up. No, yeah, we have
Idiot!
3. It's the penultimate to the penultimate.
Ah!
Yes, this one, of course, being the Saints voice promo. It was a call with Breezy, and he's obviously going to
Bling,
the
bling.
spot he's been discussing. Can we say it? Because he did give us like a location, but we had to like find it. So can I say that? I mean, it is public knowledge.
Yeah, you can
It's
say it.
London Stadium, the home of West Ham, is where that location
Oh.
was.
Lions!
Obviously,
Lions! 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 Sorry.
Kev's a massive Tottenham fan. Satan's a massive West Ham fan. You know, those teams not fans of each other, which makes sense because Kev and Saints don't like each other in kayfabe. This just sort of covers Saints on his way there, and Breezy, I guess, not. Breezy was angry that he couldn't come along to help Saints. But I like, just from a kayfabe perspective, that as much as they are an like alliance and everything, Saints views this as like, I know we do things a lot in the sense of we help each other, blah blah blah. But
We
Saints is
hurt
like,
people. Sorry.
Saints is like, I need to
We
do this
hurt people.
myself, because this is more now than just Kev versus the SES. This is Kev versus Saints to like the very core of it, which I like that specifically is being built on, and that Breezy has sort of had his own side tangent with what he's doing in WG. Um, but no, yeah, I feel like this was it's pretty simple promo, but I really like what it sort of entailed. I guess the best way to put it.
These last 3 promos are the 3 that I haven't been able to watch.
Nope.
Are you guys cool if I quickly just fuck off and do something? Because I
Sure,
need
go
I
nuts.
need to actually like go do
Okay.
something. I shouldn't be
Okay.
too long.
Whilst he goes missed, what did you think of the Saints promo from Breezy? I guess.
Well, obviously, a solid promo as always from Saints. You're gonna see a resolution to this match, I think, soon, and it's gonna be exciting. I'm more curious about the second part of the promo, where I think Saints tells Breezy to do like a bit of scouting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this is something that has been discussed for a while now, that they're probably gonna get a new member, and I do think Breezy needs it because, correct me if I'm wrong, but Saints is a part-timer, right?
Pretty much,
Um,
yeah.
Yo, the way
yes.
you moving got me in a trance.
I really think it's gonna be Jacob there.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Jacob Cage. He's gonna be the third man. He's the third man.
I still think it's going to be a woman, and it's going to be Cassidy.
No.
Couldn't be, but I don't know. I feel like Cass just. I mean, is UV still a thing? Like,
Barely.
I don't know. I feel like
A little bit.
she's gonna lean more into like solo stuff for now, but I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
that's what I'm thinking too.
So I
I
really
mean, she
don't.
did have those I mean, here's the thing. I can add on the W's point because she did have those matches with Kev, so I understand why like she would probably like want to go with Saints and Breezy to like take down Kev together, since she couldn't do it even with like God powers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
but
I
I don't
understand
think
that.
I don't think this is about Kev. I think they just mean in general they are looking for another member,
Yeah,
and
that's why I think it's gonna be Jacob Cage because Jacob Cage was like, save me, somebody please save me," and I think it's gonna be I think the SCS are gonna save. So it's gonna be Saints, Breezy, and Jacob Cage.
yeah, I can see that angle. Yeah.
I'm very curious to see what a heel Jacob Cage would look like in this day and age, because we did see it briefly, like we've said before. But I feel like that was
It's
not.
gonna be fucking rad, Dobby.
That was pre like in his bag. Jacob Cage, like he has been with DDD. So I'm very curious where that would lead if that is the case. Yeah. Colt, got anything to add?
Use your average Saints promo.
God damn it. Every time. Mist, have you got anything to add before we move on to, funnily enough, the Cass promo?
No, not really.
Beautiful. Okay, that brings us on to the Cass promo, A Violet's Tale Episode 2. Of course, this one sees Cassidy backstage at Takeoff ahead of her debut at Kingdom Come. We see her go into the catering, get food, and then she sits down and looks at her phone, watching my first promo when I first returned to Takeoff. And obviously,
Fucking sucked. No, I'm
wow.
kidding. Sorry, Dobby.
I
Sorry.
I pre-recorded that shit. I was so nervous. I had that shit play over the bot. No, but that's like a big point of contention between Cass and Dobby and kayfabe is that she is jealous that he didn't bring her to take off with him, and then he went and found Glitch. So that is like a small part of their large history, I guess. But then yeah, obviously we see her backstage. She's walking around, and then Tara finds her. Hello, Tara. What are you doing here? And she's like, I guess I was looking
Get the
for you.
fuck out of here. Why are you here? No.
No, yeah, she just walks in. And she's like, I've been looking all over for you.
I've been
And then
looking all over for you.
yeah, we see this little interaction between Cass and Tara. Obviously, it sort of builds off what we've established in the fact that Hazel, not the biggest fan of Cassidy and kayfabe, feels like she's encroaching on what her and Tara have built. And obviously Tara, well, at this point she was the like conflict avoider. Was trying to basically just say to Cass, no, we like you here, everything like that. And then it also covers a bit of the Hazel getting injured. Cass is like, oh yeah, send her my best, or I can't remember how she phrased it. It was like, wish her well or something, and Tara's like, I'm gonna tell her you said that exactly like that. Which popped me. I really like the sort of interactions we get between Cass and like a normal Tara here. I feel like it gives us more insight as to why Cass, who has had like, I guess not a ridiculous amount of stuff with Tara on screen, it sort of gives us a reason why they're so close, I guess, and how like once Hazel sort of got phased out of it, her and Tara became like a actual like close duo, which I found really interesting, and I think is like my favorite thing of the Violet's Tales is that she's just using this to build out prior relationships and stuff, and I'm very, very excited to see the next one because I really, really enjoyed this.
True.
But Colt, what did you think of this one?
I thought this was fantastic. I already said it to her in the MWA channel, but this was a phenomenal promo. It was fucking fantastic. I loved every part of it. Like, of course we talked about the cinematography angles, with the replay mod and everything. So I'm already like very appreciative of that. I do like seeing like a bit callback to like the takeoff days, even though Kingdom Come probably wasn't the best show we ever put on, but hey, it's okay. Uh, the ending transition with the rose, it popped me the most. I don't know why.
Yeah, that was really cool.
I just really fucked with that heavily. But I think this did a really good job with, like you said, explaining Cassidy's past relationships, and I'm really hoping that we get more fucking Violet's Tale episodes. Like, this shit is putting me in the fucking edge of my seat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would watch fucking Gup Odyssey and fucking Violet's Tale before I try binging a show and then just like leaving it for 3 years, like I did with like Better Call Saul.
Yeah. No, that's like obviously I feel like I'm always going to look at Cass's stuff with rose tinted glasses because obviously in my time away from MWA where I met Cass in 2K, her and I also just like basically everywhere Cass and I go in terms of like EFED stuff, we do like a student teacher relationship. So it's always like one of my favorite dynamics to do, and we did it like really well in 2K. So to just see that like come over to Minecraft and like I'd argue it's way better done than we even did in 2K because I think we both come really far as storytellers. I just love getting to see not only just our story be built, but sort of Cass's be rewarded and like given the spotlight. Pun. For, like the hard work she's putting in because obviously, like I said, Cass is one of the most creative minds I've ever met in like e-fedding and that sort of scene. So yeah, this was really really fun to watch. Mist, what did you think of this promo?
Well, obviously, I am missing a bunch of takeoff lore and in general lore to freely speak about this, but
Yeah.
I can just say that the characterization in this promo was incredible, in my opinion, and the voice work from both of them, because you can really just feel, especially Cassidy's character, throughout this promo, and I really like that, and I really like to see
Yeah.
that and see more of it, and it just again helps me get more acquainted with these characters again as someone new who's recently joined this.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Just to give a little bit of backstory, so the sort of premise of this one was originally it was slated to be Hazel versus Schiff at Kingdom Come, but then Hazel actually injured her hand in real life, so she couldn't play Minecraft.
Oh,
So the takeoff because we were like, oh shit, I don't know, we don't know what to do, and I'm like, what if we have Cass align with Ultraviolet? And then like, yeah, fuck it, why not? So yes, Cass comes out as like a surprise replacement for Hazel at Kingdom Come, beats Schiff in her debut, and then it's
cool.
revealed in kayfabe that Hazel actually wasn't injured, and she takes off the cast, and it's basically just that they wanted to get like the jump on Schiff because they had massive problems with him up to this, and that also just sort of built the Schiff and Cass stuff. I'm sure you've seen bits of since joining. And that's like where it all started. But yeah, that's the general gist of how that,
I see. I see.
basically
Thank
what
you.
that entailed. But yeah, no, this was like I said, really good. I'm very torn. I feel like Cass has done a great job at keeping these both episodes, both episodes of A Violet's Tale on the sense of they're like both equally as good, which I find appreciative. Like not one episode is necessarily like way better than the other, and there's like I think she's just doing a very good job with consistency so far, and I hope this continues as she goes on through more episodes. But that's all I got to say before we move on to our final promo. Yeah,
Well,
cool.
let's move on to
Yep.
fucking Dark Aria, I guess. Let's
Sharkaria.
chart
I just
Aria.
got Aria. Hashtag real. Hey, Aprothea reacted to this on fire. Yes,
Yeah.
this brings us on to. I believe they posted this before the show, which is
Yeah,
surprising
they
because they
posted
usually
this
do it
like
after.
minutes before the show, I think,
Mm-hmm.
or like an
This
hour.
was yeah, this is an hour before.
Yeah.
This was like a little more interesting because we saw a few video clips tied in. We see in the thumbnail we see Matty versus B Dubs. Um, that's the first one before the dog collar one. I can't remember off the top of my head what else we saw.
We saw Taka winning the world title at XC
That's
last year.
right. Yeah.
What else? It was like fucking shit. I might have to go back real quick.
Do. But generally, just off those like sort of few things, and the fact that we saw the B Dubs in, basically B Dubs in there. The Matty, who obviously he was gone for a decent chunk of the last run before coming back, and then Taka, who obviously in the old run was very like, and then he come back and become one of the best on the roster. I feel like this also just lends to my theory of being rich, just because I feel like the whole thing for Dark Ori is they have a plan. Presumably, that plan is to win the world title, and I feel like every hint to me just points towards it being rich. Still, even with this, and in the in the end, there was another Caesar thing, but I have no idea what to do with that.
So
Or-
in the I have it right here. It's Heat Wave where Koloki and Maddie run down and beat up B-Dubs and Omega, and that's where Raw cashes in the briefcase.
Right, interesting. And then the
I'm
other one
fucking
that you said,
telling you it's either
it's
Maddie or
not.
Rock, but you're no, I'm fucking
It's
telling
not.
you it is. Yes, it the fuck it is. Do not try telling me otherwise. I have all the fucking leads. This is the proof you need. The proof is in the fucking pudding, Dubby. Dubby. Dobby.
Dubby. Dubby.
Dubby? Yeah,
Dubby.
you're a dummy, Dubby. Yeah.
Oh,
Um, fuck, I'm telling you, I'm having trouble trying to sleep or fuck I'm drunk. It's either one of them.
it is not gonna be them. They're too busy with
When it
real life
is, when
wrestling.
No. They got time on Saturdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They got fucking time.
How do you know that?
I just know it. I fucking know.
I don't
From
know,
the
man.
from the bottom of my heart, I fucking know they got time at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Saturdays. And when it's either Maddie or Rock, you are gonna be on this podcast and I'll fucking laugh in your face that it
And when it's
was
not, I'll do
indeed
the same
Maddie.
to you.
Okay, then. Okay.
Deal. Beautiful.
Deal. Dude, beautiful.
Do you have any thoughts on this other than you think it was one of
It was
them
your
two?
average Targaryen promo!
I feel like it's coming to an end now. I agree with that sentiment. It was a fine enough Dark Aria promo, but I feel like it's going to be revealed sooner or later. Maybe at Locked Away. Who knows?
Maybe.
Maybe. But yeah, it was fine. I'm just excited to see it sort of come to a head and finally be revealed. And yeah, that's all I
Imagine
got.
this
to
is
say,
just the most like anticlimactic shit ever. We see who the Dark Arya is, and it's just like, that's
okay.
what it was leading up to. Oh,
That's fine. But oh my god, look at all
If
the Dark Aria build. It's cool, Buzz. It's cool, Buzz. He's here.
cool. This is crazy.
this is literally what would have happened if Dark Arya actually appeared at Horizon Rumble.
Yeah, no, I feel like it may be dragged out a bit, but who knows?
Oh, the Dark Arya
I-
is it Lucas?
Yeah.
Lucas?
And then he
No,
got
I
out in
think-
19 seconds.
Was it?
Look
Did
at
he
this.
reach 90?
That's like the most
19,
Vince Russo shit
19.
ever.
Oh.
Let me check exactly how long he lasted. He was the shortest in the Rumble. I think he was
Yeah.
like 19. Horizon 2025. Bear with. Lucas.
He was
Yeah,
like
19.
mid-20s.
It was 19 seconds on the dot. He lasted.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 19
Anyway,
seconds.
sidetrack.
When did he come out at? Like mid-20s, right? Like 25 or something?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
25.
Okay.
25. Yeah, no, we got sidetracked once again. No, yeah, Miss, what did you think of this Dark Aria promo, and just generally Dark Aria as a character?
Honestly, I have pretty much from the start kind of put aside the Dark Arya chase because I was left with the impression it's someone from the past of MWA, and
Yeah.
still I don't really have that much knowledge. Even though I am now watching, I'm rewatching everything from Rise to now.
Yeah.
But I
Soon the game.
basically have no idea. I'm just curious to see what they bring to the roster, like to the dynamic of the roster once it is actually revealed who or
Yeah.
what they are. That's
Yeah.
what's it for me.
He's back. No, yeah, I agree with that. I feel like I just don't want it to be like a very small thing because of how much build it's had. Hello, Jacob. We're talking about Shakadia.
Shakadia?
You know the topic you can comment on. No, but yeah, I feel like it's nearly ran its course, and I hope Locked Away is where it's revealed, or just somewhere around that, maybe like Unleashed after, I don't know. Please reveal yourself, Shakadia. And if you're
Oh my god, the Dark Arya is slick bait?
Dark Aria, if you're listening to this podcast, you should shoot me a message right now. You should message me something only I would know. Yeah. But guys, we need a Discord message for the week. Should we tag Dark Aria?
I was going
What
to
do we wanna
suggest
say to
tag
Dark
Dark
Aria?
Aria.
Yeah,
What do we want to say to Dark Aria?
We should...
Let's let Miss pick. Miss, what should we tag Dark Aria and say in the Discord?
Oh, I'm not good at these decisions. I don't know.
Say that. Tag Dark Aria and say I'm not good at these decisions.
Yeah.
Okay.
No context.
Okay.
Just
With a-
tag Dark Aria and
with a
say I'm
fi-
not good at these.
With a fire emoji and a 100 emoji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. At Dark Aria, I'm not good at these. What was it? Good at these
Decisions.
decisions. Fire emoji, 100 emoji. But not the emoji. Just type the
Type the
words fire
words.
emoji, 100 emoji.
And then type the
Yeah.
word exclamation point.
Yes. All of that.
But
so just-
capitalize the M and the O.
Yes. If anyone does that to a specific, it will probably be Tim because he weirdly does it.
With a full stop at the end, not the word,
I
just
just
like a...
feel bad about pinging people.
Don't.
Tim doesn't. So Tim will do that bit. No, but yeah, I don't have a lot more to say before we move on to the show itself. Anyone got anything to add?
Showtime!
Showtime.
Yay,
Showtime!
Let's
showtime.
go. That brings us on to the show. I think this was the best Unleashed from top to bottom. This is a
I agree.
really, really good show.
I think it was the best Unleashed
What a
wrestling
noble
wise.
statement.
Like in terms of
Hey,
match
we say
quality,
it every
best
week, but this
Unleashed.
one it's true. This was a really good
I'll
week.
say,
Yeah.
wrestling wise, it's the best show. Promo wise, character wise, stuff like that. Where
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Debatable.
see that. I
Yeah.
can see that.
But yes, we started off the show with Doppel versus Breezy in their third match together, fourth match.
banger.
Obviously,
What a
They
great
had one-
opening match.
they had one a few weeks ago when Breezy came back. I think this one was like way better than that though.
I was both of
I feel
these
like-
guys' first MWA win of the new run.
Nice.
Killing myself.
I think this like, I feel like Breezy's shaking off any ring rust he may have had when they had their first match here. And I feel like Doppel obviously is in their bag right now. So this match ended up being like really good. It's just one of those matches where obviously I was involved in, well, not involved in it, but like after it. So I like vaguely knew what was going to happen, but I still really enjoyed this from what I got to
really good
see
match.
without spoil. I feel like the only thing people weren't huge on, and this is coming from like Breezy and stuff as well, is the finish where the V trigger with the injured knee was the free. But
Yeah.
obviously, because Doppel had the injured knee that had been targeted, Breezy still was able to get up and lock in the figure four and attack Doppel to have me come out and make the save. I feel like that was a little bit iffy, but that's the only part of that match I was like
Yeah.
really about.
Maybe he
But
did it with his good knee.
I think the intention was bad, but I'm not too sure. I thought was that.
I've
Let's just say
also
it was his good knee.
Also, I don't think he's. Has he won the match with the V trigger yet?
Not that I know
I'll say
of.
because I can't remember if he's won it before, and I think this being the first match he wins it with, where his knee's been targeted the whole time, just makes Breezy look a bit weak. It doesn't make the
Yeah.
move look any stronger than if he pinned anyone else with it. It makes
Yeah, I
Breezy
agree.
look weaker, if you ask me. But
No, I
apart
agree
from
with
that, holy fuck, what a match!
Yeah, this match was really, really good.
Wait,
I enjoyed this a
Jacob,
lot.
did Doppel beat you with the knee on the Rise match where he beat you,
Right
or was
haymaker.
it the haymaker? Okay,
I'll say
yeah, I
right
was gonna-
haymaker,
yeah.
match was called off. Complete knockout.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, mid flying headbutt.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Anyway, what were you saying, Dobby?
I can't remember what I was saying. I just said this match was really good.
Dog
Yeah,
you.
it was.
And
All
then
we
I
needed
came
to
out after. Yeah, no. Just,
Oh, yeah,
this
you
is
did.
Just, it was a great match.
It feels like-
No,
It was your average opening match on Unleashed.
No, it wasn't. It was so much better.
No, it wasn't.
you sounded like
It was not your average Unleashed opening match.
you sounded like Toad from Mario there.
Bro didn't know what to do with himself when he found out it wasn't the average match.
I was like, well, fuck. Oh, Heyman, Paul Bearer, what are you doing here?
Oh yes.
We've got once again off topic, but I really like this match.
I need to be
Have you
known.
guys
When I was making all those noises, Tiffany just shouted and asked me if I was okay.
Well, no, but like,
Well, no,
not because
obviously.
of that
but-
noise. Yeah, no, not but not because of that noise.
Also, podcast listeners, you get no fucking context on why I'm not okay. Go fuck yourself. If you want to know, you can DM me, and if I like you enough, I will tell you. But this is not
Jacob
something for
just-
everyone to know yet.
Yeah. But
Shall I
Miss,
tell
what
you?
did you think of this match? I like your views on it as someone like new. I like to see what you enjoy about it.
Yeah. Well, I always like seeing Doppel and Breezy in matches because you can tell they're really locked in for this. Breezy's been trying
I like
really hard
seeing Don wrestle.
to up the selling, as noticeable.
Yeah.
I like Doppel's creative use of, buttons, emotes. I really liked a few
Yeah.
sales in this match. And it was just a great opening match. And not just opening, it was a great match. It was a great match.
To
I'm
quote
also
Doppel.
doing that, but you can't see.
Oh wait,
No,
Dom,
yeah,
give me a
I-
sec. Let me grab your thing and shake it about a bit.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
There you go.
Beautiful. Thank you. No, yeah, I agree with that. Doppel is like, I feel like the innovator of the emote stuff, along with like Cass doing the buckshot. Aha, buckshot. I did that.
You did.
Shuts up Cass.
The
That
Nuck
was-
Shot.
Yeah, yo.
Cuck Shot
Ooh,
Larry.
Nuck Shot Larry. The Cuckfoot Lariat, as I called it. No, but yeah, I agree with that. I think Doppel was like really innovative with the emotes and stuff. I just think it really helps you immerse as well. And like I've been saying for ages, Doppel is, well, I guess was one of the most like underappreciated people in the roster. But now they've won the Rumble, so I feel like
He's
they are
overrated now.
getting. Yeah, now they're overrated, as people would say in question of the day. No, but yeah, I think I'm really happy to see Doppel finally getting not just like wins, because I feel like those were lacking in the Milky era, but obviously just being on the verge of getting like an XC main event as well. I think they really deserve it, and I'm very happy about that.
I was gonna say,
But yeah,
it's slightly off topic, but still not really. I
Everything
love
is
the
proper
fact that
off
like on Unleashed, it's so like no matter what match it is, the winner needs to win, the loser needs to win. Like everything feels like whenever someone loses, it's like, oh, come on, they deserved that win. Like no matter who wins, they deserve to win. No
pretty
matter who
much.
loses, they also deserve to win. It makes it so much more fun because it makes everything so much harder to predict. It makes the match
Yeah.
more enjoyable. It makes the falsies so much better. Like with all of the matches today, apart from the main, but going into the show, I couldn't have told you who won.
Yeah.
Apart from me and Dobby, but like
Yeah,
before
but
we got our script, I
I was
wouldn't
gonna
have
say
been able to tell
hopefully
you.
I was gonna say hopefully you would have known that one after the script, because that would have been a really awkward way to run a match.
Yeah, me and Dobby found out like on the fly who's winning.
Oh yeah, Taco just messaged us like mid roll up, like, oh yeah, let Jacob get a free hit. I'm like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? Tried to protest it, just didn't work. Politicking gone wrong, guys. No,
Anyway.
yeah, this
You,
match was
Dobby.
very fun.
Such a
have
good
you guys
match.
got anything to add before we move on to our next segment?
I think this
Darling.
match was. I think this match was phenomenal. It was a great opening contest.
No,
Definitely not your average one, but
It was better than your average match on Unleashed.
true. I really liked it. I was sports entertained by this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was hashtag sports entertained by this promo. And
Guys,
Um,
can you ping Breezy and Doppel in the same message and go, you two sports entertained me.
Yeah.
yeah,
Did that.
I was
the
thoroughly
Dark
sports
Aria one.
I
entertained.
enjoyed calling this match. Really enjoyed calling this match. I was really into it. Breezy and wait, are we talking about you and Jacob or wait?
Breezy and Dop. Not
Matt-
Breezy and Dop.
Breezy.
Breezy and Dop.
Breezy and Dot, buddy.
We were fucking talking about you guys. I thought we moved on to your match.
Because we're fucking
No, we still have a
arrogant. What's your
promo.
point?
We also have a promo before that.
Yeah, Breezy Doppel. I enjoyed. Really enjoyed.
He enjoyed. Does that mean we can move on?
He doesn't sound as confident. Miss,
Yeah, he no longer
I
enjoys
really
it.
enjoyed this match.
you just see a
Never
gun
confident.
pulling like this. Like just...
I think we are. Is he pulling the gun? Yeah. Okay. I think. Oh, are we good to move on to the Steve promo?
Darling.
It was Steve. True. So this obviously sees Steve backstage, and then in walks Faywin with a huge celebrity. Pitbull's here, guys. Yeah.
Mr. Worldwide. Mr.
Oh, no,
305.
Hey,
Darling.
how's it going, people? Cut the cameras. Cut the cameras.
Say Kaloki.
Cut the cameras.
Kaloki,
Cut
you'll
the
never
cameras.
catch gold like that again. He was so proud of that line.
He was so upset.
I've never
It
seen
was
You
him
should've
so
just, like-
adorable.
No, but you should have probably just like spliced it and just had like the Pitbull
I-
line and then just like cut it.
I wasn't recording. That was Kaloki.
Well, yeah. No, I meant when you were like editing it, just splice the Pitbull
He was
line
only
and
given
then.
the one recording.
Yeah, no, he
Of
wasn't
the good
recording
one.
at that point. He didn't record the Pitbull
What the
line.
fuck?
He only
Yeah.
recorded the Batista line.
Darling.
But yeah, this obviously
That's
sees
gay.
this sees EQ and Faywin approach Steve backstage, and obviously they hate Jimmy. So like, yo, Steve, we got EQ this belt. Do you want belt as well? We will help you. And Steve's like, fuck no.
Gay,
Fuck you,
derogatory.
die. Yeah, he was randomly homophobic. That is a joke. That
And
is
then
a
he kissed-
joke, Spotify.
And then he kissed a boy, and it wasn't his brother.
And it wasn't his cousin.
You had to think on that one.
Oh, see, brother had to take a minute.
I was gonna say sister, but I was gonna. Okay, listen. I was gonna say sister, but I forgot you said fucking boy.
Very hesitated on that shit.
And it wasn't his.
Yeah, but we saw Steve deny the help. He's like, yeah, I'm goated. I want everything without you guys. I can do it again. Bye. And then
What wasn't it?
Then
Sorry.
the EQ gave Feywind a lighter. Yay. This is a fine.
Because they have dirty, dirty habits. I would never, and I mean never, promote smoking. That would be fucking disgusting and vile.
Jacob, I think your camera broke again.
Oh no. Oh,
Oh
shut.
no, his
Give me a
camera
second.
broke.
It's about to break.
Oh no. It's
Three,
Oh no, my camera!
Oh,
My
oh,
camera!
what the fuck? Fuck.
I feel like this promo was alright. I feel like my main gripe with it is that it didn't lead to any in the match interruptions. As much as I love the main event, I just feel like there was no resolution to the Steve, EQ, and Feywind side of things. Obviously, we had the Jimmy stuff after the match, but also I feel like them being slighted by Steve thinking he's better than them and not wanting the help could have also been interesting. Like have them like come out during the match, try and get like a no contest because now they have a vendetta against both guys in the match. I think that would have been like an interesting path to go with it, but I feel like it served its purpose, I guess, but it also didn't really lead to anything.
Use your average Steve promo.
It didn't really lead to anything with Steve. I like the Steve part. I like that he's talking and stuff, but it just didn't really lead to anything, and that sort of in like hindsight makes it just fine for me, to be honest. But yeah, it was alright. It wasn't a bad promo by any means, but it was fine. Mist, what did you think of this?
Yeah, I think this was more of a fun promo than something leading to something else. I like Steve, like this nonchalant character that he can play really well. It was very funny. He made EQ and Feywind kind of seem like high school bullies just trying to pick fights. It was funny. And yeah, I liked it. But as you said, there's nothing much that comes out of it after that. So,
Yeah, pretty
not
much.
much to add.
Colt?
Oh yeah, it served its purpose. There's really not much to comment on here. The Pitbull line was good before Koloki fucked up the recording like the
Damn it,
asshole
Koloki.
he is. The Batista line was funny but not as funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a fine promo. I think I'm gonna make some yaoi out of EQ and Feywind, out of them
Oh.
sharing a lighter. Yeah,
That
I'm gonna make some.
sentence was not in the
I'm
Bible.
I'm gonna make that.
Not-
I'm gonna make some fucking yaoi art of them,
not-
and everyone's
not-
gonna like it
Not
and star
one
it.
not one of those words was in the Bible.
Yeah.
Are you sure Equinox wasn't in the Bible?
I don't know. I'm an atheist.
I'm a Christian,
read
not
the
a fucking
Bible.
clue. Hope that helps.
Yes.
I'm a Christian, but I'm still dyslexic.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Does the Bible have an audiobook?
I was gonna say listen to the Bible audio book.
Bible, the podcast.
What does this word mean?
I'll listen to Elias reading it on TikTok.
I'm gonna type it in the group chat so I remember to put Bible audio book as the description for the Spotify version. Anyway, continue, Colt.
Ooh, notification. Oh.
Unless you don't have to.
Fuck. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, the Pitbull line was funny. Batista line was also funny, but not as funny as the Pitbull one. This served its purpose. You know. I'm gonna make gay fan art out of EQ and Feywind, and yeah, that's it.
This promo did a lot
enough.
to further establish the relationship between EQ and the confidence of Steve. I feel that's what this promo needed to do. That's what this promo did.
Yeah.
It added to the already existing stories, and I like the fact that they blended over without making it into something huge. Dobby said about like it not coming to fruition in the main event. I actually quite like the fact it didn't. Nothing happened in the main event because it made it feel like it was just a small interaction that added to all of them. Like, I understand it should realistically, like, everything should add to everything, but at the same time, go fuck yourself. I thought about that one.
Yourself.
I don't need to fuck myself. I have a fucking fiance.
What if I? Fuck.
I
Okay.
have a smoking hot fiance.
Is she with Tara right now?
Ow. Yeah, probably.
No, she's on FaceTime to her best friend who's a lesbian.
Oh, well, we know Tara's mother.
Jesus. Close enough. Close enough.
Close
yeah.
enough. Welcome back, Mum. Oh.
Oh. Oh dear. I don't have much to. Damn, bro made Colt. Bro made Colt think about that one. Okay. I think
People can't see
that's
my
all
camera,
I
so
got.
this is great.
Yeah. I think that's all I got to say for this promo. You guys got anything to add before we move on?
I do have one quick thing to add.
Yes.
My camera works again.
Oh
What?
my god, let's go.
Insane.
That's
insane.
perfect timing, Jacob.
I know.
Do
Insane.
you know
that
what's
it
up
just.
next?
Is it me
know
versus
what's up?
you?
It's us, Jacob. Me versus Jacob part maybe 5 this run. I actually can't remember.
I finally did it.
4? It's either 4 or 5. No,
finally
Jacob, you still didn't beat me clean. You beat me unclean twice.
Keep putting these two together.
I
But,
like
Dobby,
working, Jacob. Put us together
fun
as
fact,
much as you want.
This is the first time. This is the first time the heel has won in me versus you.
Oh my god, it is. So first match you won as the face. Second match
and
I
then the
won
other
as the
4.
face. Yeah, second match I won as face. Third match I won as the face. Was there a fourth? Because I know we had. Well, we had American
Avalanche, the
Wasteland.
tag,
but that
American
was...
Wasteland. What's that other one? What's that 4-way we did? The pay-per-view Road to Victory.
Road to Victory.
And then
Oh,
this
yeah.
one.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Oh wait,
Wow.
cage match.
Cage match as well, yeah.
This one.
Wow.
This is
that
like,
is
fucking
insane.
hell. This
It's
shit
the
been,
first time the
this
heel-
shit been run into the ground.
Yeah, the first time, and it still gets good results, to be fair.
Because we're
Who
great.
would have thought? Who would have thought putting two of your best roster members in the ring together gives a good match? I'm being a little egotistical today because I enjoyed this match.
Fucking crowd didn't. Goddamn.
Yeah, the crowd fucking was dead during this. Shouts out Feywind if you're listening.
Shouts
Great
out-
crowd member.
Shouts out Dop and Cardova.
Hey, I was
What's up,
hyping
Doc?
you guys up
Shout-
on commentary. Where the fuck's my goddamn respect at?
Well, you have to do that. That's your
That's
job.
your
buddy.
job.
Yeah, I know it's my job, but I put extra
Oh.
emphasis in Jacob's
You
fucking
do.
introduction.
It gets
today.
longer every time, and I love it.
Commentary was very good for this.
It's like my cock when I see you.
What's
It
it
gets
called?
longer
Shouts
every
out
time.
B-Dubs. Even he was doing like crowd shit.
Hazel,
but other
Hazel,
people
Hazel.
weren't.
Can I just
No,
say
no,
your
no,
theme?
No,
No, don't say that.
bad call.
Sexually
Aw,
arouses me.
aw.
Whoa,
Fuck.
close enough. No, yeah. So this we were given 7 minutes for this, and then Taco said you can go a little bit longer if you want. So we did. We
And
went
then
a minute and a
Steve
half
in the
over.
Taiko said that in the wrestler chat, and then Steve
Yeah.
piped up and said, "I should
Yeah.
probably leave.
Oh,
I
yeah,
should probably
fuck, I
slash
should really
watch."
get out of wrestler mode. With Bobby.
I didn't know there was a wrestler chat. That was the first time.
I didn't until the Rumble.
I didn't till the Rumble, and then I just see nut fucking popping up messages, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah,
It's like
Fair enough.
party chat on fucking thingy.
on Hypixel. Yeah.
It's like the team chat on Roblox, which none of you will understand. But
Nope. Anyway,
not
Mist,
I
Cole,
play Roblox.
it's time to compliment me and Dobby, and then we'll talk about what we did.
yeah. Miss can
Okay.
start.
Okay. Should I start? Okay.
Yeah.
This match, as I said, it was incredible. I love this
Yeah.
match, and I'm talking like actual inspirational shit. Like, looking at this match, it was so dynamic. It was so quick paced, and you guys did so much, with the swash meets and everything. Some incredible sales from both of you, Jacob especially. But I love this match. It was inspirational. This is something that like I'm looking at, and it's making me think. I want to get on that level. Like I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do that, but I want to do that.
Do you want to know how me and Dobby did
Evidence
it?
of experience.
We asked for help.
You did
Fucking
that as well.
start!
Yeah, do that. You do that.
the advice channel.
I was
You
gonna
do
say,
that,
Okay.
Miss Bob,
Okay,
you know.
I'm
We
gonna
asked-
hit the advice channel after
we,
the.
me
after
and
the
Dobby
podcast.
asked for advice at least once a month. Like minimum once a
Yeah.
month, we ask for advice.
We will ask each other, but like when I was like coming up and like getting better this run, I would always go to Matty and Mark and just be like, "Hey, does this spot make sense? what else can I do, blah blah blah, and they
When
were
I-
like tremendously
I
helpful.
was gonna say when I first came back, Mark was like my fucking crutch because there's so many spots that you do in real life that you cannot translate to Minecraft,
Yeah,
like at all. And I was like, I'd go to him and ask him how to rework something, and like what his process is to rework something to work it into Minecraft, and make it flow nicely in Minecraft and look good. And he was properly my fucking crutch.
yeah. I feel like we have people maybe not to the same degree in the community now,
Yeah,
but there is still like a lot of people who understand wrestling generally, who can like help you with stuff like that. Even if it's just as minor as, hey, I want to do this move. What would the slash me be to do that? I'm waving as well, but my camera's not on, so it doesn't look like I am. Jacob, fake my camera again. There you go. Hello, I'm waving.
I should probably I should just get a bunch of emojis ready so I can just have Dobby do this.
You should. That would be good. No, but yeah, this is a great match to work. I love working Jacob. Obviously, who would have thought working with my best friend goes
I ain't ever
well?
seen two pretty best friends. I still haven't.
They
I know
have
pretty well.
now, Riz.
Okay, well, one of you is pretty.
Is that Riz?
Anyway,
That might be Riz.
back to those two complimenting us, Kyle.
Yeah, but I was just gonna say we didn't practice this at all.
No.
And when we did that fast-paced sequence, this is kind of goated.
I was gonna say
that sequence.
we did
golden.
fuck up once during the shine.
Yeah.
What we were meant to do was the spot where Dobby rolls me up and then like I just straight up charged him in the corner. It was meant to be I kick out, or Dobby kicks out, sorry, and then I thrust kick him
Yeah.
into the corner. But it just worked out that he sold into the corner, and we forgot to communicate, and I just skipped the thrust kick, and Dobby thought I was doing it. So slight miscommunication, but we
But
saved it.
Worked out.
Yeah. Anyway, compliment us again.
Continue complimenting us.
Tell us how great we are.
Yeah, this was my match of the night. Definitely, and I'm gonna stand by that. And yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say.
What about
Colt?
you, Colt?
Oh,
I hated
this
this
match.
Ah,
This match ruled. I love this. I was on comms for this. I was on comms the entire night. But this match fucking popped me. That fast ass sequence at the end. I was like on the edge of my seat. I was like fucking hype. I was pumping fists in real life. This was beautiful from a wrestling standpoint. This was just great. Them going at like you guys going at like 120 miles. And you know, me putting Jacob over on comms. You know, this match made me want to run through like 20 walls. That's how great it was. And when a match makes you want to run through like 20 walls, this match, you know, like your match is fucking great, and it was. And I thought the finish also made a lot of sense. You know, Slick Bait coming out, fucking up with the turnbuckle. The referee's trying to fix it. Dobby's like, Slick Bait, what the fuck are you doing here? While he's like on top of Jacob with the old Carter roll. Slick gives him the old headbutt, and then Jacob does a little whoopsie daisy.
Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, he does a little whoopity doo, and he's on top of Dobby in the pile driver position. 1, 2, 3, and he gets the win. And I thought it was awesome. I thought this match was awesome. It's probably my second favorite match of the night, excluding second favorite.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
That's
same.
fair.
Second, it was
Second. The first being his own one. He's only go.
no, not my own one, which we'll get into later. But
Main event was my favorite.
yeah, main event was my favorite. Yeah.
Obviously,
Shit fucked.
shit did fuck. Also, I
Anyway.
feel like people are very confused. I felt like Colt got quiet when you hit the waistlock driver. That
Yeah.
is like the Pentagon.
I was going to
driver.
say, it's like the penta driver, but I just don't hook the arm. So it's like
Yeah.
literally have him up in
Oh.
the waist lock, hook that, tuck the head here, then drive down.
Yeah, I could
was gonna
just
say,
like tell from the way you react to a commentator.
Oh, that, yeah. I was
Okay,
going to say,
so no, because fucking, I'm sorry, I don't know. I know what the Penta driver is because I've seen Penta hit it, but
Yeah.
like, I don't see anyone hitting like waistlock drivers, so like it's not like
oh,
familiar
no,
territory
'cause
to me.
it's one of those things where, to my knowledge, I don't know how many people have done it. Like, I've never seen it done before. The closest thing I've seen is the penta driver, but I was like, it would just be a clean little sequence if I grabbed him like
Yeah.
that, tuck the head. and
Is it
waistlock
about
I
driver.
was thinking you were gonna go for like a fucking backdrop driver.
No,
That's
no,
what I thought.
Overdone.
over.
Yeah, I thought.
I was gonna say my assumption was most people wouldn't understand the waistlock driver, but it's one of those
Yeah.
things where you've got to hit it for a first time, and then explain it. Then when you do it
Becomes
again,
established. Yeah, exactly.
people will understand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
no, I
why I
agree with
sound
that.
like very confused on comms. So my apologies.
I'll say
That's on me.
It's
it's what
funny.
it's what
It's
I
fine.
expected, but it's one of those things where I didn't want to hit it for the first time on a pay-per-view,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to hit it in a meaningless match for the first time. I wanted it in a match where the rest of it would be fucking heat. And then there's
Jacob
that one
Cass
point
is in
where it's,
NXT. He hits Jimmy with the waistlock driver and then wins.
Ace?
And then we just have to like awkwardly explain on comment. The
oh,
waistlock,
the
not even
move.
like bold and colored. Just
Yeah. Yeah, not even bold and coloured. He just fucks up his button and it says and F in blue italics. Waistlock driver.
I am tempted to make it a bolded move at some point, but that
It's
point is
fucking
not now.
fire. Yeah.
I think it would be fun, but that point's not now.
No, yeah,
I mean, other than that, this was great. I loved it. It was awesome.
Yay.
Also, while we're talking about this match, the aim with the script for it was like somewhat smooth transition between the pace, so it's not just all fucking go, and there is a bit of a down point. So if you look at it, the shine all is the quick little back and forth bit,
Yeah.
and then Dobby gets a little bit of offense on the outside, rolls me back in, and then the cut off is still full of slash me's, but instead of being binded, they're typed out. So it's same thing, but slightly slower. And then we go into the heat where it slows down again.
Yeah.
And then because for the heat into the comeback, that I say that very obviously, that normally needs to be quite a fast paced little bit where it swaps. So we did I slowly, and I do mean slowly, built up the aggression, which sort of built up the speed instead of just I've got you in a submission. Let's go into that really quick spot. It went.
Yeah.
It was sort of like if we're going speeds up here, like fast is up here, slows down here. It went like this. In terms of pace, which is how we tried to structure it. So there's a little fun little behind the scenes for you. If anyone else wants to try and structure like that, that would be nice, because that's how matches are meant to be structured.
You're gonna fucking doing it.
This script is also only 2 pages long, which I'm like very proud of, to get a good match out of what is like a very short script. I'll go. Let me find my Faewin script for comparison.
I was gonna say I am very proud for what we managed to do in. Well, we were given 7 minutes, and I'm very proud of what we managed to do.
Yeah, we went a minute and a half over, but also Taco said it was okay, so that's okay. Okay,
If we
so
knew
I
it
did
was
use
okay
a
to go
bigger
over, we would have
font.
scripted longer.
I did use a bigger font for it, but me and Faewin was 6 pages long.
Fucking hell. How long did that match go?
Yeah.
17?
Fucking hell. My
About
longest
10
match was
minutes extra
22
for 4
minutes, and we
pages.
were given 15.
Jesus. No, yeah, but this was like a lot of fun to not only script but just work generally. We didn't practice like we said, and it still went really well. I think
We just sort of had a chit chat in the call,
we did.
and then occasionally we were like, "We're doing this."
Yeah, pretty much.
I
Very
think
simple.
I think this is the most I've stuck to a script in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, this is the first time I haven't, like, someone hasn't completely fucked up an entire paragraph and we've had to cover it up.
Yeah.
So, like, it was very refreshing.
Exactly. It was fun. I enjoyed getting to work this.
Anyway,
and then
let's stop stroking ourselves.
I was gonna say I slingshot speared Slick and then beat him up to the back. That
Oh, yeah.
comes back later.
I did also baby rage at the end of the match, but, like, you
Yeah.
couldn't really see it because the whole thing that's fun with the baby rage when I do it is my voice and the emphasis on it.
Yeah.
So, like, trying to type it, it didn't have the same effect on it.
Yeah,
but-
it was stated in the script. Dobby attacks Slick after or something, and then Jacob is baby raging in the ring, but it's like it doesn't have the same effect.
I was going to say, I thought it wouldn't have the same effect, but I didn't want to, like,
Yeah.
push too much, being like, let me get a microphone while those two fight.
Yeah.
You could have just done the Kev and just talk without a microphone.
He's just really
See, but-
loud. He's just yelling.
See, what would have
Can
been
hear it
better
in
is
the
if I
commentary,
I just turned on my mic, but for the effect of being far away, I stood over here and was like, I could have done that on my own. I could have done that. Go away, Slick. Like that.
No, yeah, that's fair. I don't think I.
You gotta turn on like Lavi voice mod.
True.
I don't think Loki would have had it on.
Nah, he wouldn't have.
Fuck you,
But-
Koloki.
But I think that's all I have to say about this match. Do you
Yeah,
guys
same.
have anything to add before we get on to the next?
At the start,
Great
no.
match.
at the
Great
start,
Yeah.
when the ref was searching Jacob for stuff and kept pulling things out of him. That
Oh,
was really funny.
that was just
That was
me
on the- that was on
messaging.
the fly.
I was gonna say that was just me messaging Nat, basically just giving her a bunch of different shit, being like, because Dobby got invalid session.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
was just messaging
yeah.
Nat, who was reffing, just being like, okay, now take this off of me. Now take
Yeah,
this
I
off
think
of me.
that's why that didn't make it to the actual video,
Yeah.
but that was really great.
That was for
And
the
this-
in attendance fans. They got to see that.
Yeah.
That's why you should
That's
buy a
funny.
ticket to an MWA Unleashed, guys. No, yeah, that's all
Guys, I know
gonna
we're like
say.
recording a podcast, but when I have you here, go vote on that poll in locker room.
Yeah, go see that you're allowed to go and do shit. Do that.
If you don't have access to the locker room, go fuck yourself.
If
Go
you don't
fuck
have
yourself.
access
Get
to a locker
better.
room, if you don't have access, it's probably not important to you. So don't
Well,
listen
yeah.
to this part.
Do I react to this when I don't have any like, heart? I
mean,
don't know.
You probably don't need to, but
You don't need to, but I would recommend it.
yeah, might as well.
Fucking hell.
Bro might just want a big crowd. Who knows? But yes, this brings us on to the Koloki announcement, the one that was announced, the announced announcement, if you will. Koloki rolls out on a wheelchair. Oh no!
How did
Can
this
you do that?
fucking guy get in the ring in a wheelchair? Who the
He
fuck?
did slash
He
me
ran
rips
through the
ropes
ropes.
open.
Yeah, he said rips through the ropes in my wheelchair.
Yeah, I'm
Wait,
kind of
did
sad.
he? I fucking,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
missed that.
Yeah, he just slash me
Yeah.
rips through ropes in my wheelchair.
I'm kind of sad he didn't actually break
Break
the
the
ropes
ropes.
in like creative or something. But
Would have
I
been
think
That was a
funny,
very
but
Koloki core thing to do. When he,
I was,
when
go-
he was
I
number
was
two at the
surprised
Rumble,
he didn't.
Yeah, when he was number 2 at the Rumble, he's like, lift the fucking sun with my power. As the sun like rose with pop me huge.
I can't be surprised at that, honestly.
That is such a
What a
Koloki
guy.
core thing to do.
Yeah,
Also, so
Koloki core.
so Cole, about the hell
Yeah.
bent.
Oh dear.
Oh,
That didn't stop him though. That did not stop him.
ah, man, I don't know. Oh man,
That's a
no.
fight. Custody of that
I don't know,
No,
fellas.
Nothing's
I
bad.
don't know,
Nothing
fellas.
bad is gonna happen off of it, right?
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 Koloki's gonna kill you.
No.
But yes,
He would
Koloki
never.
comes out with a mic in hand in the wheelchair and he's like, guys, I am fucked up. I'm a hurt little boy.
I am going to
I-
retire right quick.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to retire.
I'm
right
going
now.
to
I am sorry."
retire.
And,
Right
and he's
quick.
like, thanks guys, you guys are very awesome and cool and bass. Bye now. And then we hear, listen to this track.
And the jazz, DJ turn it up. Ladies, it's your
Ladies, it's
jam.
your
Well,
jam.
around the Desado, and you gonna lose the man. So I'ma throw this money while you do it with girl.
Yes,
All I
this of
wanted-
course
yeah.
being Jacob Cage comes to the ring following, was it last week? I think it was last week, where he had the Dobway interaction with his buddy Aliku.
In orange Jacob
just-
Cage, should I go next some tequila?
True, do that, yeah. Don't do that. Where he's like, yeah, Aliku, I said to Aliku I was going to find a challenge, but he's dedicated to Dobway. That man loves his sandwiches. And
Dobby
then
does not pay him
Jacob's
well.
like, yeah, Jacob Cage is like, I said I'd find a challenge, so I will. And he does Slash Me looks down at Koloki in the wheelchair, which popped like a lot of people, me included.
yeah.
Yeah, and he just sort of ridiculed Koloki for a little bit here, and he's like, come on, you're just a washed old man." Oh yeah, Koloki has grey hair now, like really grey hair.
No fade.
Like, like my hair was like, it's like semi-grey because I didn't dye it, but Koloki is like a 70-year-old man who only dyed the top of his hair.
Bro needs to
I'll
add
make
some
it known that-
wrinkles to his skin.
Just,
wanna
just in
make
like
it-
a 2-week span.
I want to make it known that Jimmy fucking made Koloki's skin. Well, the fucking hair part with the white dye, not the white dye, but like the white, like the gray part of Koloki's hair. So if you want to know why it looks like shit, then yeah, then go ask Jimmy about it.
Jimmy may need some tips from like Nat
Nah.
and Tara on hair.
And
got,
me.
Hey, you got to start somewhere.
And Colt. Yeah, true.
I'll say if it's his first
also
time
bad at
doing
hair.
hair, it still looks good.
I'm also not good at hair. But yes, he basically Jacob just ridicules Koloki. Koloki's Koloki's like, you know what? Fuck this. Stands up out of the wheelchair, fucking decks him with the revelations. Koloki is stood there, and he seems to be okay. He's walking on his leg, and he's like, I'm fucking back. Koloki's back on the roster after murdering Jacob Cage, and he got
No,
a pop.
Koloki said for fucking after he hit the revelations, he got the mic and he was like, "Shut the fuck up, you drunken shite."
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. That was funny.
It's like, I got a few more matches in me.
I need it to be known before the
Drunk
show.
shite.
He was asking me for clarification on the difference between shit and shite for British people, and I basically had to give him an explanation on the difference between them, and that's why he called me shite, not a shit.
Base question mark?
Fucking
Based.
shut.
Hey, bro needed to get his grammar proper.
I respect it. I respect it.
Good man, good man.
Good man. Good man. I'm very excited to have Koloki back on the roster.
Speaking
My only
of,
gripe is what does he do after this presumable Jacob Cage match? Like where does he go? Because I feel like world title probably looks like it's going to be high Colt. Yeah, but like you're probably going to be preoccupied going into XC. The world titles obviously, well, both world titles I guess are probably going to be look at national title ladder match. No,
Colt's
I feel
gonna
like
win the national title at XC.
he is, yeah. I'm very curious to see what Koloki does if he makes it on the XC card. What he does, and just generally what he does after. I don't feel like he doesn't have a lot more left to win. I don't feel like he's going to win a world title.
No.
I could just see it being a fun run. I'm just curious to see who he gets to work with.
I think
presumably
Loki
Cage.
will go down in history as one of those people as, wait, he didn't win a world title.
Yeah.
Not even a developmental world title. Oh.
Ooh.
Like he will be one of those people. Just like, how the fuck did that not
I
happen?
think so.
Same.
Yeah, I mean,
I would say same as Jasp, but Jasp even won the Ascension world title.
who did? Yeah. Koloki.
Tara
did
Guppyfields
not
has
win.
won more
Yeah,
world
Tara
titles.
was the fucking Ascension World Champion. Even Doppel, you know, the other Rumble winner, has been an Ascension World Champion. It was for 3 minutes, mind, but still held the
That's a
title.
long time.
Even Bryce had the world title, I'm pretty sure. But Koloki didn't. I don't think Koloki listens, but Koloki, I love you. This is all a bit.
This is like fucking when people bring up Roddy Piper and they're like, how did fucking David Arquette and Vince Russo win the WCW title before this fucking guy?
Brian
Even
Kendrick.
I was gonna say the Brian Kendrick was a world champion technically for a few minutes.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I'm very curious to see what Koloki does on the roster. But
He's
yeah,
he's
Miss, what did
he's
you
an
think?
amazing addition. I just don't know where he fits in.
Yeah, Miss, what do you think of Koloki being back?
Well, obviously that's the one thing, from this segment. Koloki's back,
Yeah.
watching Rice now, this guy, he's literally in every single Rice, he's in every single PPV, he's
Yeah.
doing stuff, he's defending titles, cutting promos. And I'm really, happy to see him now in Unleashed in a more modern era. And I want to see what he does. As you guys said, I also thought like, okay, he's here, but like, what is he gonna do now? I don't know, but maybe we'll get something interesting.
hope so.
Definitely, probably.
I feel like a lot of people
Uh,
can benefit from working with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. The segment, I don't know. It was kind of confusing. Like, is he injured?
Yeah.
How injured is he really? Like, that was
Kevin
kind of
Nash.
confusing me.
Yeah, Kevin Nash segment.
Kevin Nash.
Kevin. Let me
Yeah.
find it.
Find
Yes,
it.
it was that. Basically
That's-
that.
That's pretty
Look
much.
at the adjective. Play. We aren't here to play.
True.
There's
No,
only one thing we're going to be. There's only one game that we will be playing.
and it's Minecraft
games!
next Friday or Saturday. I don't know yet.
Battlefield.
No, but yeah, this was. I'm excited to see Cloaky back. I'm just not sure where he's gonna go from here. I am curious though, so it's not bad. I'm excited to have him back. I feel like a lot of the new people will get a huge benefit out of working Cloaky.
I can't wait for Coloki versus Tim Smith.
Yeah. Well, they
Coloki
had that
retires
interaction
again.
in the Rumble. We had that
Oh
interaction.
yeah,
in the
oh
Rumble
yeah.
where
Yeah.
Tim Smith got eliminated
Loki
by
eliminated
Loki.
him from the Rumble, I
He
think.
did, yeah.
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 Shit, you
Yeah,
right.
they had a little beefcake.
Loki
brawl.
versus Tim Smith at XC in the opening contest on night 1.
Not the fucking
Art.
opener. Fuck off. Match
two.
3.
Oh damn. No, we need to cool down from 1. No, yeah, I don't have much else to add to this. Do you guys have anything to add?
Nope.
No.
I can't wait for heel Jacob Cage.
He's
It's
been
gonna be
saying this
cool.
all podcast.
Speaking of,
He was kind of acting like a hero in this.
speaking of
was,
yeah.
confused whether they're heel or face, cult segment.
Hi, Cole.
Hey!
Do I
He
like him now?
showered. He showered.
He showered.
Showered.
I don't have the
Yeah.
bandage tape anymore,
Good
and I
for
don't
you,
have eye
Cole.
bags. My eyes are white.
Cole, how long did you canonically sleep for to get rid of those eye bags?
He actually just put
Days.
makeup on.
Damn. Yeah, he had his makeup on. He's a pretty
Yeah,
little princess.
yeah. The makeup department really stepped up their game today.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just see Hironaka walk in up to Colt, and he's like, "Hey, do you have a minute?" And Colt's like, "I've been trying to
Alright, cut the
fucking
cameras.
call
Cut the
you."
cameras. I'm not recording it. I'm not recording it. Cut the cameras.
Oh yeah, he did that again. Forgot about that. That was a recurring theme. We love having Kaloki back to record stuff.
But he needs to learn what's gone on.
No,
Would it be
Steve
a cloaky
fucking flies
recording
right in
segment?
front of me, and he starts hitting me, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then Kaloki's like, "I'm not recording yet," and fucking Vinny in the call is like, "God damn it!"
And then you hear Vinny like cutting his promo, and you just see in chat Loki going cut. While Vinny's mid promo going, I actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna do it. I was gonna do the voice, decided against it.
Close enough. Welcome back, vaguely racist EC Young.
Vinny, you keep that.
Yeah, you can do
That's
that. You're
alright,
good at
you can
impressions,
keep it.
Vinny. You go nuts.
Okay, you can keep it.
No, yeah, but we see Hironaka come out, and then Colt is furious. He's like, "What the fuck did you attack me last week?" Good continuity, Colt.
Yeah.
Any podcast listeners will know. Good continuity on that part. And then Hironaka stumbles over his words, and he's like, "I was trying to get in your head." I mean, no, I wasn't trying to get in your head. I don't think that was intentional, but it did make me giggle. Yeah, he just sort of comes out and he's like, "Hey, go out there and show us you're a strong little guy again." And Colt's like, "Okay, I'll do that."
Show
And
us
he
you're a
walks away.
big boy. Where
Oh,
your
I need
big
to
boy
ask,
pants?
like, going into the next thing, was this a Hello Kitty attire?
I was
No,
about to
it
ask
was-
that.
It looked like a
It
Hello
was,
Kitty attire.
it was like a coquette, like the coquette aesthetic, and I only showed one person that attire beforehand, and that was Tara. I sent it in her DMs, and she was like, "Slay!"
Accurate response.
That is terror to a T, yeah.
Yeah. I was
can bit
gonna
to that
say
one.
it's probably got multiple A's, multiple Y's.
Yeah, all
And
caps.
and if
all
it
caps, though.
all caps, and if it didn't have multiple A's and multiple Y's, she genuinely didn't give a shit.
Yeah,
I can send it. I can send the DMs. Give me a
go
sec.
ahead.
Brosley can DMs.
Okay, just keep talking about me. Keep talking about how great I
Yeah,
am.
I think you, going a little bit ahead to the match, you see me in the crowd, like, is he wearing a fucking Hello Kitty
I
attire?
was gonna say I started chanting Hello Kitty.
I genuinely thought that's what he was, and I was like, you know what, fuck yeah.
I have
respect
two other
it.
scenes on OBS. What are they?
What are they, Jake?
If I find out.
Probably don't test them while you're recording.
I'll test them while I'm recording. That's my penis. No.
No. Oh my god. Why did that one?
Screenshot.
No, but yeah, I think this was like a good promo. I think it set up the next segment really nicely.
Colt's just
Obviously, it
opened
wasn't
Google.
going to be like he did. Obviously, it didn't need to be like a whole thing of being a big deal. Oh, there we go. Slay. That's a lot
Slay.
of
Why is that so good? Fucking hell, Gup. Gup, calm your tits. You're gonna seem attracted to him soon.
God. No, yeah, but this, I think this was like a pretty cool little promo, and it led into the next match. Nice. I don't have much else to say other than I liked it. Yay. What do you guys think of this one?
What, the
I
match?
am really glad this segment happened. It was funny. It was entertaining. I was entertained.
It added to the main
And
event story. Sort
yeah,
of.
and it also really found a great workaround the thing that
Yeah.
happened last week, and I'm really happy about that.
Yeah.
Code seemed pretty happy in this segment, so I'm also happy about that.
Yay, Colt's happy
Um,
again.
Speaking of Tara, she just fucking messaged me on TikTok.
He does that a lot. I get a lot of yellow
I
jacket
can
messages from
feel
her.
it coming in the air tonight. Sorry. So the match.
Yeah, but that yeah, that
The
brings us on
match.
to the match.
the match.
Colt comes out in his totally not Hello Kitty gear.
Not Hello
And
Kitty.
who's he
It was
facing?
never.
It's Atom. Hi Atom. What are you doing here with your book and shit?
Getting fucking murked.
Yeah, comes in the ring with his book. Colt does rejects.
He
people
does
or
what in
something.
the ring? Sorry.
Oh. Yeah, he gets in the ring and he's like, you didn't say politely. What was it? Just rejects book. Slash me rejects book.
Bro's focused
Yeah.
on the TikTok
Yeah.
I've sent him.
Yeah, no. Stop watching
Yeah,
TikTok.
I did
buddies. We're recording.
fuck. Yeah, I did do
Bro's
slash
flustered.
me.
Bro's literally red.
No.
Oh,
Don't
does
try
Buddy-
to fuck. No,
Does
don't
Jonathan
try
go
to
have a
set up.
little crush?
I am not that guy. I am not
Bro,
Denver.
Bro,
I'm
look at
not
his
Denver.
shirt. Look at
You
his
look
shirt. Look
similar.
how red it is.
No.
Same
Okay, the
shade,
shirt
though.
is red. The shirt
Look
is
at
red.
his-
Same shade.
I was
Same
gonna-
shade right
No,
now.
Same
listen,
shade
my
as his face.
My face. No, listen. My face is red. My face is red because it is filled with acne and blemishes. That is all it
That's what
is.
they all
Sure,
say,
buddy.
That's what they
All
all
right,
That's
say.
what
all
they
right. Look,
all
let's
say.
talk about the match. Let's talk about the match. Yes,
Okay.
I did do slash me rejects his book,
Yeah,
and then
so
I
he rejects the
was like,
book.
but then I was like, you know what? Hit me over the head with the fucking book. Like, come on, hit me over the fucking head. And that spot was taken off of I know none of you guys watch fucking Nitro at all. Me and Nuck do because we're intellectuals. If you've seen Goldberg and La Parka, so what happens is La Parka's in the ring with Goldberg. He folds up the chair and he goes to swing, but the referee holds him back. Goldberg like drops his U.S. title and he's like begging La Parka like, come on, hit me over the fucking head. So then La Parka does it. He rings.
Pretty on it.
He like hits him over the head with the chair. He does his little dance. He turns around, gets fucking speared, jackhammered 1, 2, 3, and it's like the greatest squash match of all time. So I took that. I based that spot off of the book spot in the match. Where
That's
Adam
not
pissed me over the head.
hardback. That's not hardback.
That's not hardback.
That's not
That's
hardback.
not hard back. Jacob, you know what? You know what my theory is why he did the spot actually.
Why?
He knew Tara Guppyfields would watch back the show, and he wanted to impress her.
Yeah.
I'm not breaking another fucking headset, guys. We are not breaking another fucking
I
headset.
can't
alright?
wait. I can't wait for Colt in the War Chamber. War Chamber? War Games.
War chamber. Different.
War
different
games!
I can't wait for Colt in
War
War
Games.
Games to do slash me points to Gup in the crowd. This one's for you.
I'm pointing to fucking Cassidy, not fucking Guppy.
Maybe
All
that's
right.
why he gave Gup head trauma. So like her standards would drop.
No, that,
I'll be back
no.
with
No, I'm sloppily making out with fucking Cass. Fuck Tara Guppyfield. She
Hey
can.
yo,
You want to fuck
She-
Tara Guppy?
hey yo.
You walked right into that one, Colt. You walked into it. You could just see his door. You could
Damn.
just see the light in his door. Anyway, let's talk about the match.
It was fine. It was a fine enough
He
match.
hits 10
What a
Colt
match.
45s, gets the crowd to join in
Yeah, pretty much.
in the counting.
That was the gist of the match. It was good.
It was fun.
I don't know how Atom like survived all that without passing out.
He didn't. I
And
hope,
like
I hope that helps.
Yeah, pretty much he didn't. Well, no, he did because he got up after.
no, because he,
Oh, yeah.
he tapped out in the end.
Oh, yeah.
Like after the submission. and
Bro just
Wait,
appeared!
He locked in the hell bent on the show Kaloki
Oh, yeah.
returned. Interesting. Very interesting. It was a fine match. It was a squash match. There's not much you can say about it.
He'd be
other than
twisting his dick.
It was your average squash match.
It was your average squash. So, Cole, are you a face or
Yeah, what's the deal there, buddy?
what's the deal with airline food?
The deal with airplane food.
Maybe I'm starting to lean towards a face. You know what I mean?
So you want us to
'Cause,
cheer you during the war games?
Yay.
Maybe
hate
it
you, right?
depends. It depends if you.
Depends what you're doing.
It depends, but we all hate fucking Adam, so somebody had to put him
Yeah.
in his place. It was me.
Hey, that's
I
my
don't know if you guys
best
talked about it
friend.
while I went to get water. Wait, what?
So that's my best friend, my only friend.
You need better friends, bro.
That also means he's my worst friend, but
Yeah.
He's still your only friend.
I don't know if you guys talked about this while I was getting water, but did you notice that
you were wearing a Hello
Excuse
Kitty
me.
attire? Yes.
no, not that,
To
but
pop Tara.
Yeah, exactly. New
shut
bit.
the fuck up, Jacob.
New podcast
Okay,
bit.
no, listen. Okay.
That's
Shut the-
question number 4. Our God.
No. Fuck you.
Is Colt in love with Tara Guppy Fields?
No,
Misty,
we're not
Misty, I have a
fucking-
question for you.
We're not
we forgot to
asking
ask
it.
it
We
at
are
the
not
beginning of the
fucking
podcast.
asking that.
Yeah, we forgot that one.
Okay. So, did you notice when I did the fucking, when I did the Colt 45s, I said, count along, and then everybody started counting the Colt 45s.
I did that.
Yeah, that was awesome. I
also counted
I
along.
love that.
I was a counting guy.
I
I
think
accidentally
for my
jumped
story is,
down
like-
with the 11.
Actually, I'm not gonna comment on it, but I think, that where this story is heading, I think, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been trying to hold in a
Maybe I
piss
do.
this entire podcast because I forgot to go during my break.
Go piss,
my
go.
Go piss, go.
Go piss, go.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
go
I
piss,
think-
woman.
I think we can move on to the main event if everyone's good too.
I'll
like
go
this.
piss on
Actually,
yoga.
the fifth question we're gonna ask on the podcast: does Jacob sit down while he pees?
Also, you just said 5th. That means we can ask the 4th.
No, it's the fourth question. It's the fourth.
You
question.
said 5th.
Nah, you said 5th, buddy. We heard.
All
we
right,
heard that, didn't
fine. You can ask the fourth question. I'm gonna ask the fifth question, and it's gonna be more embarrassing. And you're gonna sit there and like the fucking
Motherfucker,
answers
it
that I
is
give
much
you.
more comfortable to sit when you piss. If I'm in my own home, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to fucking enjoy it.
We
You're
still
gonna
asked that
fucking
question?
stand up like a man.
It ain't a question. If I'm in my own home, I will sit when I piss, and I will fucking enjoy it.
All right, then record yourself doing it. Then
Hey yo.
Prove it
No,
to
don't
us.
do that.
The thing is, he would actually do that. He probably is about to do that. Okay. Um.
I'm gonna get a really strange DM in a few
Yeah.
minutes.
Let's,
Yeah. Anyway, Adam
let's-
died. I gave him another Colt 45 on the apron, and I beat my chest, and everyone's cheering me. It was awesome.
That was very fun. I enjoyed
Yeah.
it. It was a squash match, but I enjoyed it still.
Is there ever
squash
match?
Exactly. And then that brings us on to the main event. Jimmy versus Steve for the
Yay!
world title. Sorry, I was just messaging someone back. This match, I think this was my favorite Unleashed match. I know we say like every week, but I genuinely think it was.
Yeah,
This match was like so good, so good.
phenomenal. What a great world title match.
They did like everything really well here. They did some like incredible spots. I loved the house call from the spear. That was like the standout spot to me. I loved that. This match generally was just everything about it was sensational. I think they hit like every mark with it, but yeah, you can go more into detail with it, Colt. Because I was preparing to do the post match stuff.
But
But
so
it was really good.
yeah, this match was fucking awesome. This was my match of the night. This is one of the best matches, like top 3 matches in Unleashed history, and it's not 3 or 2. It's number 1 for me.
Yeah.
I was on comms for I was on comms for this. It was fucking awesome.
Oh, God.
Uh,
Oh no.
Check the group
Check
chat,
group
Cole.
chat.
Check the
I'm not
group
watching
chat.
that one, but
No. Oh my god.
I will not be watching that one because you will hear it on the recording.
Oh my god, no.
Is this what you wanted,
got-
Colt?
Insanely sidetracked. What is very invested in it though. So you know.
What the fuck?
Why are we all
you
watching
just
this right? Why are we all watching this?
you
right
you
now?
are
not.
just blank faced right now?
Yeah.
Now Cruz is here.
Okay, now
Cruz is
listen.
talking.
I have the fucking like. Jacob, turn around. There's a strawberry behind you.
Cruz
You were just like
the
blank. I
important
had the
thing.
sound off. But you were just like sitting there blank. But you
Oh,
could have just been sitting anywhere. You could have just been sitting anywhere. You know what I mean?
Do you want me to film my cock and balls next time?
Please?
Yeah.
Please, sorry.
Yeah, maybe you just
Sidetrack
fucking should,
once again.
Jacob.
I mean, you can see the strawberry on the fucking like pulley light in my bathroom.
I can't stand it. Oh,
That
wait.
could just be a lampshade.
I'll go take a picture of my full fucking bathroom if you want, Colt. So you can
Alright,
see
then
the
go do it.
strawberry next to the
Alright,
toilet.
fucking
Okay.
do it. Do it. Do it. I
More
dare you.
sidetracking.
Pussy.
While he's gone, let's carry on talking about the match.
Alright, main event. This was great. I loved it. I was on comms. It was awesome. I had a fun time calling it with Cruz. You know, they did a lot of shit in this match, and it flowed so well. And I love Steve. I love Jimmy. They had mustard and ketchup attires on. Steve was in the mustard attire. Jimmy was in the ketchup attire.
Mustard
that
and
popped me.
ketchup?
Ah,
Jimmy told me to say that beforehand. Like, he said, like, me and Steve are gonna wear mustard and ketchup attires tonight. Just call it out on comms, and I was like, okay.
Okay.
And I just randomly remembered it.
Anyway, there you go. There's a picture. There's a blurry picture of the strawberry next to the toilet.
that's
Oh my god. Let's see.
You know, this match was really, really good.
Fuck.
Like there was
bang.
like a lot of spots that like I vaguely remember, but like the one that really stuck out to me was the spear into the house call. That was
Yeah, clean.
I did not expect that.
Clean.
Nails it and then goes for the second. What did he pin off it and then go for the second one, or was
Great
it that and then
question.
the second one? I cannot remember. But it was like it was.
I loved the. I don't know why, but I absolutely loved the start of that spot where Steve was like, "You had a good reign, kid." Like, I didn't see it as like an arrogant thing. I just saw it as like
Yeah, it's just like-
Steve trying to be nice and like trying to give Jimmy a silver lining before it, which cost him the match.
Also, I just realised
Yeah.
one thing we completely missed out on, Jacob, that will pop us specifically.
Yeah.
He entered to Anadonia.
Oh yeah,
You know, his old theme. That popped me so hard.
that good shit.
That shit brought back all the memories.
So
bro.
many memories.
That theme. That was like one of the.
He didn't
few,
even
like-
use that theme for that long.
He didn't. That was like NGPW, Steve.
Yeah,
I think he used
but
it.
it was like everyone was like, "Steve, please, just use it, man."
That theme was so good. I wish he
Fuck,
would have
so
kept that
hard.
for like ages. No, yeah, that brought. I feel like that sold it really well, especially with Cruz on commentary. I feel like it wouldn't have been sold as well by like Colt or Nuck, who weren't around for that era of Steve. But Cruz, who was like in the front and center, and obviously saw and was part of why Steve had that rise. Obviously, that just made like that bit more emotional, and it just sort of tied into this maybe being Steve's final world title match. I just really liked that. It was like a really small touch, but I really, really enjoyed that. And then for the match to be as good as it was as well, if that is Steve's final world title match, it's a really good. It's just a really good like send off to Steve in the world title division.
Yeah.
And I think he may have had like a short reign, but at least he did reach the top, even if it was briefly.
in
but
the
it
main
was in
event
the
of
main-
XC.
I was gonna say it's in the main event of XC, so he's a made man.
Fuck you, I Taco.
Yeah. No, but this match was like so good. This was both men should be
Yeah.
like, really proud. I feel like after the you and Jimmy match, I feel like Jimmy's reign has taken like a massive step up.
Yeah,
I feel like he's taken everything people have said and he just ran with it. He had an incredible match with Breezy. Now he's had this amazing match with Steve on a weekly as well.
he's been listening and actually taking advice.
This was better than your average weekly by a lot.
Yeah.
By a landslide even. But no, I feel
This was way fucking better than your average Unleashed main event.
it was. No, this was like a massive step up. This
Yeah.
was really, really good. I
Really
enjoyed this a
fucking good match.
lot.
Phenomenal.
both men should be
This whole
very
show
proud
was
of this.
pay-per-view quality, like in terms of matches, pay-per-view
Was.
quality, top to bottom.
No,
Not
yeah,
pay-per-view length
the
matches.
The matches were like unbelievable.
Yeah.
This was like, just in terms of match quality, this is like I don't think any Unleashed really comes that close because everyone hit their mark tonight.
I don't think we'll come close on an Unleashed for a while in terms of in-ring quality.
Yeah, no, this was everyone hit their mark like hell tonight. This was
Look at us.
so well.
Look at us just rotating on each other's cocks.
Yeah. No, this is really good. But Mist, do you want to comment on the main event?
Yeah. So coming into this match, before the show, that I wasn't anticipating this match that much because honestly, as we talked earlier, it was kind of like the one match where everyone knew, Jimmy's going to retain. But in that match, they made me really care for this match and they made me excited about this match. And I think that's an amazing skill, Steve felt really strong that match. And at the end, everything happened so swiftly, so out of nowhere. It actually had you guessing by the end of it. Even though everyone still expected Jimmy to win, but even in that scenario, it kind of felt like by the end Jimmy was kind of the underdog in this match, which is kind of crazy to think
Jimmy's
about.
the underdog in every match.
Yeah,
And he needs to
Doesn't
stick
really
with that for a
admit
bit.
yeah, and I think he's really incredible at that. I don't know if he likes to hear that, but
He's
but
really good. Yeah.
that was perfectly played on his part, and I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if he doesn't, he should run with the underdog stuff, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Especially going into the presumable thing where he breaks off from Avery and Rich, where he just sort of is this underdog. He has no one, like, not to say he doesn't have anyone by his side, but not to the degree of him and Rich coming out every week. It's just sort of,
Yeah.
he goes off, does some stuff on his own, and he just sort of proves to himself
Becomes his own
that
man.
he can be like, he becomes his own man, and I think that is a perfect underdog story.
Yeah.
And as much as he doesn't want to be an underdog, it is like a very good story to run.
Yeah.
I don't think he should be
Yes,
the
yeah.
underdog anymore.
Don't you?
I don't think he should be I don't think he should be the underdog. I think Jimmy's role should just be being the ace of the company because that's what he
No,
is
I
right
don't
now, and
think
he
he's
needs to
No,
run
not
with
the
that.
ace.
I
The
think
ace.
he needs.
Nope.
He needs
All
to
right, who's the
earn
ace then? Jacob
it.
Sterry.
Okay,
Who's
no,
the ace?
there is
We
no
don't
ace
have
at the
an ace, 'cause it
moment.
needs to be earned.
I was going to say.
All right,
Okay, no, Colt, hear me out. Look at the last two aces
Okay.
we've had, and look at the accomplishments they've had when they became the
Yeah.
ace, the fucking prestige they had when they became the ace, how long they've been here when they became the ace. I'll say the ace isn't just a title that's given to someone; that's a title that's earned through
Yeah.
being here and
Look at the
being
two
in this
aces
shit.
you've got. You've
I was
got
gonna say-
four-time world champion, Rumble winner, two-time Rumble winner.
Multiple
Two-time
multiple XC main events.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like
That
it,
pretty
it
much.
it's not one of those things where you just become it. Like
Yeah, you got built up to
you
that.
need that time to become the ace. Jimmy
Well-
in the I do see in the future Jimmy becoming the ace, but that's
Yeah.
like 2-3 years down the line. That's not now. He is not the ace now.
Yeah.
I was gonna
he
say,
needs
I
to
get
build
that,
up.
but
it's as simple as that.
but the position I'm trying to argue is like I think Jimmy should start being prepped up as like the future ace of the company. I
Oh,
think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he needs to be propped up,
that's
but
what
that
I'm
doesn't
trying to
start
say
in the
is that
league.
he
I
should
mean-
just be being prepped up as the ace of the company because that's where he's leaning towards right now.
But I think he should start being prepped up for that. But that story I think should involve him being the underdog, because I don't mean
Yeah.
I don't mean underdog in the sense of people think he's going to lose. I mean underdog in the sense of he's going to get the shit kicked out of him and he's going to keep fighting. That's
Can
what I
just
mean
add
by
on
underdog.
One thing as well, Jacob. If you think back to the prior two aces as well, they were both like huge underdogs. at
Oh,
one point in
massively.
their career.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Kong came in as like this blind guy, and then he went up against Fallen, who was like
The longest
310
reigning-
days.
Yeah.
Yeah, 310 days into their reign, they were like by far the underdog, won their first world title, and that was when Kong started being built up as like, okay, this guy is a serious threat to take.
I was going to
now.
say, but
Um,
wait, when did Kong start getting built up to be the next ace? Like, if we're being realistic.
Probably Horizon 2020. Like, I feel like the changing of guard was
Yeah.
the official build, but like before that, I feel like there was obviously something there, and he did a lot in EPW and
Yeah.
stuff.
Like,
But-
it took years for him
Yeah.
to
You
become
gotta
the
think
ace.
about with Drix as well. He was very Johnny Gargano and NXT
Yeah.
vibes, which I think also is sort of a very big underdog thing, especially when you're running it as a face gimmick. Like that is one of the biggest like underdog things, and he had like the really good underdog story. And I
Yeah.
feel like if Jimmy wants to live up to being the future ace of the company, he sort of needs to have that build. more than just.
I was going to say
having it
it's
happen.
one of those things where you cannot rush this. If you rush this, it will be rejected. Like, it won't feel right. It will be rejected. You need to tell that story. You can't just
Yeah.
go, but he's the but he has the belt. He has the medal.
Yeah.
He has the thing.
By no means is this us saying he won't be the ace.
Yeah.
This is just us saying this. We're not
He's
saying
not the
anyone
ace
else is
now.
the ace. No one is the ace right now, as far as I'm concerned.
I was going to say,
I feel like
he will be in the future. I guarantee
will
in the
be
future he will be.
ace. He will be the ace. He just needs to build up to it first. and he
He's
needs,
not
like,
the ace now. He needs that tenure.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like he's definitely going to get there, 100%.
Oh,
There
100%.
is
But
no doubt. in
that
my
moment's
mind.
not now.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Sorry for our
I
tangent.
get it.
Yappy yaps.
We defend the term of the ace very heavily because the two people that have been called the ace, we saw what they put in to get to that
Yeah.
position, and they're our friends.
That too, yeah. But
that's
not to
less
say Jimmy
important.
isn't my friend. Jimmy is my good buddy. Shouts out Jimmy. I don't know if you listen to the podcast, but shouts
Well,
out
yeah.
Jimmy.
I'm sure he does. I
Love you, Jimmy. You're my future
I love
ace.
you, bitch. Yeah, you're my future
Um,
ace, but you ain't my ace now, King.
Yeah, I feel like
You're
there
my
is just
future
a
ace,
really-
not my current ace.
I feel like there is just a good story to build up there, and I think it will benefit him way more than to just become it right now.
You know when like
That's
sitcoms
what
where
I
like
would
they're
say.
trying to build up a romance between two of the main characters and stuff?
Yeah.
They don't fuck in season 1. They fuck in season 3.
Pretty much.
Season 1 to season 3, they build that sexual tension.
Weird analogy, but I get what he means.
Am I wrong?
And then
Not
when they
wrong, but-
fuck, it's kind of like the big payoff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jimmy
and that's
Jimmy finally becoming the ace will be the big payoff. But how would you like? I'm trying to find a way to phrase it. How would you feel if just like one day someone just came out and was like, "I'm the best," in a face way? Like imagine
way,
a
yeah.
baby face coming out and being like, "Guys, I've decided myself.
Yeah.
I'm the best now." Like you boo them.
I
like-
just think it needs to be
okay.
undisputable as well.
Here's how I see it. Imagine if I came out and started calling myself the ace.
Yeah.
I would get booed for that because I
mean, you
haven't
do
earned
that.
that.
You should do that. Like, just be full of yourself and just say you're the ace.
Oh, I've been tempted. I've spoke to people about this. You can ask Dob.
Just come out one day and say like, I'm the fucking ace of the company, and then everybody just fucking
I'll
boos
say,
you.
I've
That's
been-
money.
I've been
Oh,
tempted to
fucking
start calling
nice,
myself
yes.
the last real ace. I'm going to
Go
leave that in the pod,
Ace!
but I'm going to leave that in the pod because then people can give me their opinions on that.
Oh my god. Now Jacob's getting feedback.
Yeah, give me
No,
feedback.
When you hear
feedback.
this in the podcast, just DM Jacob in all caps. Fuck you, in all
Yeah,
caps.
do that as well.
Yeah, because
that
you know what I need today? I need people to hate on me. That's what I really
Do it.
need today.
Give him hate.
Yeah, give him
Funny.
hate on this
Anyway.
specific day.
Bold of you to assume people get this far into it today.
Yeah, post-match shenanigans.
Yeah, post-match shenanigans. That brings us on to Cruz coming out because well, not Cruz coming out.
Well, there was a
first.
brawl.
It was the brawl, and it starts with Doppel and Breezy still fighting from earlier, and me and Slick come out still fighting from earlier.
Dobby, I
And then
just want to make this note real quick, but
Hello.
I forgot to say this, but I was looking at the way like your fucking attire, and I just want to say
Yeah.
that you look like a fucking elephant in a turtle cage.
What
What?
does that mean?
You look like an elephant in a turtle cage. I don't know what it is. I just looked at your fucking skin and I just said, elephant in a turtle cage. That's what that motherfucker looks like.
What's that
Okay, Hello
mean,
Kitty.
Cole? Exactly, Hello Kitty. I do not know what that means.
I'm
That has
actually my
stumped-
melody.
That has stumped
Bro
me.
even changed his voice to sound like Gulp.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not breaking this fucking headset. You're not getting a headset slam today.
It's worth it, right?
I paid $40 for this goddamn thing.
Oh,
Look,
so a
look at the
cheap piece
cool
of shit.
fucking LEDs. Look at the cool LEDs.
Huh.
Look at it. Look at this.
they're pretty
Look
cool.
at
You
this.
should break
Those
them,
LEDs
Cole.
are
Look,
so cool.
You should
look at this.
break them.
What's
Oh my
so
god,
cool?
turn purple. Oh
Yeah,
my
okay,
god.
okay,
so
but hear me
sick.
out. Look at this cool LED.
Bobby.
All right,
Look at
look
that
at
cool LED.
this cool LED.
She's
Look
blinded
at
or
this
something
cool
now,
LED.
nice. They're going band for band.
You want to
If
go
don't watch
fucking
the
band for
video.
band, do you?
Yeah, look at this LED right here.
I
Yeah,
own
you
a
see that?
house.
Amazing.
Oh,
So, Miss, how's your day going?
oh no, my
Oh, my
camera
day's
has gone
been going
blurry.
great. I've been traveling all day.
Damn. Now she's on the podcast.
Well,
Now I'm on the
guess I'm
podcast.
out of focus now.
Dedication.
Half of that traveling was so I can be on the podcast. I traveled
Yeah.
across the city to get a microphone. It isn't
Damn.
shit.
She is dedicated.
Guess I'm just going to be out of focus for the rest of the pod. That's fun.
That is a dedicated woman. But yes, we have everyone brawling out. Everyone obviously involved in the war games. Let me go through the individuals and how they tie into it.
Didn't you
Okay,
just
so
do
we
that?
have. No, I only got a bit in. So obviously we have me, who was brawling with Slunk. Hello, Slunk. Avery obviously had huge problems with Rich recently, but obviously EQ in there. Feywind especially, you know, a lot of bad blood between them. Maybe like the biggest case of bad blood in here.
Yeah.
Then obviously Doppel with Feywind, they have a little bit of history. Obviously Breezy earlier on in the night lost to Doppel. Obviously Doppel and Colt happened a few times, very good matches, but obviously not huge fans of each other.
Colt,
Then we got
stop
Rich.
texting Ga.
Yeah, Rich. Obviously,
I'm in the Discord right now. I'm looking at production chat.
Production chat. What's going on?
Rich
What's going
obviously
on?
arguing with Avery. Rich angry at
Rich asked
Breezy.
Minnie a question.
He did do that.
What is that question?
Oh.
We're not fucking telling you.
Yeah, you don't get to know. We
Pretty
know.
valid
Yeah.
question, but at the same time, it ain't done.
Valid question, but it ain't gonna work. It can wait. But yeah, everyone knows who's in the match anyway. So everyone brawls out into the ring rather, and then Jimmy just turns around and he's like, oh, okay, and he just joins in, which was based.
I think
Avery.
I think you can tell mine and Colt's social batteries are both dead, but we need to finish this
Yeah.
out.
We're close.
We're so
Avery
done
and-
with people.
We're getting there.
Avery and Rich came from different places. I think Avery hops the barricade, Rich comes from the back, which was interesting. And then it just ends up in the brawl. Obviously, Cruz comes out,
Rich
he's
does
fed
what?
up. Good for Rich. For Rich. Maybe missed had a point
Congrats, King.
earlier. No, but yeah, Rich is there. He has pink hair and pronouns. And then Cruz comes out and he's like, enough. And he's very angry and he cuts an
Holy
amazing
fucking
promo.
promo.
His promo
Holy
it was
moly.
so
What a
good.
great promo.
To quote a wise man, what did Cruz used to say on comms? Holy guacamole or something?
No, you're thinking of the Drix one where he goes, "Geez, Malise."
No. This is one he used to say all the time.
The Drix one is better. He randomly said, "Geez, Malise."
He
once.
did. That one was iconic, but this one was like a repeat offender.
I can't remember what Cruz used to say. No, but this promo was so good. You could actually like hear the emotion in his voice, and he basically went off on like everyone in this match, especially the heels he dug into. But he also was like, with most of the faces, he was like passive aggressive, but like
Yeah.
some of them he was just like, "Rich,
Yeah, you
Avery,
fine."
you suck, boo."
And then he came just smiling. He was like, "It's okay. It's okay, my wood babies.
I love you, Dobby, and I love you, Dobby.
My sunshine children.
See, he loves us. Cruz is like, "You guys are my buddies."
He loves me too. Cruz is a really big fan of Jacob Sterry.
Cruz just
Yeah, he
smiles
is.
at Jacob.
When I
Boo.
did your introduction on commentary, he was like, "Yeah, I really
Yeah.
love that guy."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh god.
yeah.
You
Obviously.
audibly hear him go, "Oh God!" when the theme hits. It's very funny.
Don't know what you mean.
No, but then he goes through it and he's like, "The committee wanted me to run a chamber match next week, but none of you deserve title shots. You're all bickering, but you will get a match next week. 2 rings, 1 cage, War Games."
I really
Can
hope
finally say it.
I really
The
hope we
cat's
get the
finally out the
roofed
bag.
war games.
We've been discussing it a lot.
I'll say as much as like the open top war games is fun, roof
Yeah,
roof
Roof.
games.
I
Give
have
me the
been
roof.
begging for this.
It's
No,
it's so
we are,
much better.
No, listen to me. We are both WCW marks. Please, just add the fucking roof
I'll say
to
that
the war games.
The roof version of the war games is so much better.
Yeah,
So
it
much
is.
better.
It is.
Yeah.
It feels so much more intimidating.
Yeah.
I feel like
It's imposing.
I don't like it in a Minecraft context. It's way more limiting for no reason. It's just like in a Minecraft sense, you can't like go on top of on the things. I feel like in real life, fair enough, but just in Minecraft limitations, no, not a fan.
No, we're
I
going
can
on
see
top. We're
I can
going on
see
top
where
of the
you're
cage
coming
topic.
from.
We're gonna make it work.
I see where you're coming from, but I think those limitations also add more, what's it called? More opportunity for innovation.
I think
Yeah.
That
I
is how
still think
innovation
it's
works in
I still
general.
think it's just less, but I think it'll be like less fun to script personally. But I'm just excited to be taking part in war games. I didn't think I'd be able to. I'm surprised we brought it back, so I'm just like very happy overall. Great cruise promo, chaotic end to the show. I loved it. This was amazing.
Yeah, they brawl at the end, and I was screaming at commentary, "We gotta go! We gotta go! We gotta
did.
fucking go! We're out of time!"
That was cool.
We're out of time.
What did you think of this, Miss? We've spoken over you a lot the past 2 segments.
It's okay. Yeah, I love this. First of all, the brawl. I think this brawl was much better executed than the other one we had. I don't know what
Yeah.
it was about it, but it felt way more chaotic, way more intense. And the lead up to the crew's team hitting and the promo was just there.
Yeah,
And the promo really hit hard. That was a great promo from him. Probably the best cruise promo I've heard live. Not that I've heard many, but this was incredible, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm really excited to see this War Games match. I think it was the right call
It's
instead
going to
of
be
Yeah.
so
a
fun.
It's gonna
elimination
be
chamber
really fun.
match, because you have all of these storylines. With all the factions in the internal conflict, and if you're going for like a chamber match, you have to exclude someone. You have to put the focus on someone. But with this match type, we get to see all of those storylines like culminate in the same thing.
Yeah.
The big thing I'm sort of wondering is normally with War Games matches, you have a match to decide who gets the advantage. So I'm sort of
Yeah.
confused on if they're just going to go, this team has the advantage, have fun.
We know who has the advantage. We just don't know how it's done. Also,
Okay.
Coin flip on the pre-show, maybe.
That would
Like,
be
oh,
fun.
if it's
Pre-show.
heads, it's the faces. If it's tails, it's the heels.
That would be good. That'd be good.
If we have a pre-show, I should talk to Nuck about that because if it's just
Yeah.
recording promos, I'm okay to edit that.
We should
I
ask
don't-
Nuck in the
in the
thing.
group chat, yeah. We can say
the
say
thing.
there's a Discord for it.
Maybe
It-
that's what I get to do on the show, considering I'm not fucking booked. Fuck you, Nuck. I just walk out before the War Games and go,
Hello, I got a coin. Here you go.
That'd be great, actually.
Be
That'd be
funny.
fun.
I catch it on the case.
Bro, just like, hey Jimmy. He's like,
Hey,
I
bud.
got
Hey,
this- I
buddy.
got this one. He just waves it in his face and he leaves again.
Then I just walk away.
Yeah, just never seen again. Leaves the company. In fact.
I actually get fired the day after.
Yeah, that was just
Fuck
his
you,
goodbye.
Jacob Seri.
Case
get-
gets vacated.
they hire-
It is won by Tim Smith.
they hire Aliku back and give him my case.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, look
Liku.
who cashes
Good
in the main
story.
event of XC and wins the world title.
Let's go.
Aliku's like, this
On
is for
top of being
Jacob.
inducted into Hall of Fame. On top of
Oh,
being
obviously.
inducted into Hall of Fame.
Liku
Yeah.
beast. Yeah. And this is very cool. I'm so excited for this. I
I'm
can't wait to
really
get part
excited.
in this.
This pay-per-view is going to be really fucking good. We've got
It is.
Yeah.
Schiff and Gup,
Yeah.
War Games, Loki and Cage, possibly.
Yeah,
possibly,
I think
maybe?
I think that was said.
Do we have
Yeah.
anything else? I think we have something else, but I can't remember what.
Is Kev versus
Jacob
Saints
Seri does the
confirmed?
coin flip to decide the
Kev
advantage in the war
versus-
games.
Kev versus Saints.
Kev versus Saints.
This.
Kev versus, yeah.
Hasn't had
Yeah,
much
no.
build, but
Very.
In
It'll be
in
fun.
the arena.
Anarchy in the
That'll be
Arena.
Yeah, this would been like this card looks really good. I think it's just
This card looks really good. My only
Like,
issue with it is
obviously
there's
it is.
not enough me.
that's my favorite part about it. I'd say. No Jacob at all.
Jacob's gonna come out like Bobby Lashley did at fucking WrestleMania, and when he just like stood next to the fucking fucking
Who?
Andre the Giant trophy, and he's just gonna come out with his briefcase, and he's gonna get like booed heavily, and the camera's gonna be on him for like a minute, and then it's gonna cut to the next match.
Yeah, there's like no prior mention of it or anything.
Yeah.
Else.
All I'm saying is I beat Dobby today. He's in the main event of the pay-per-view.
Very forceful.
I'm not on the show.
I am too.
You
No, yeah,
weren't
that
your
was-
spot. You won your match. Where the fuck
Please.
am I?
Hey, you had to cheat.
You're the six man,
had to.
Jacob.
I
You're
didn't-
The six
had-
man.
I didn't
had
have
to
to cheat.
Had to cheat. Had to cheat.
I didn't
Definitely
have
had
to.
cheat. Had to.
No.
Would
Listen,
have
here's
lost.
what's gonna happen, right? Jacob's gonna come out at the
I'm
end of
gay.
the War Games match, like before it ends, and he's gonna announce that he's on his own team, and then like the faces and heels are just gonna beat the shit out of
They
Jacob.
all just jump
That'd
me.
be awesome.
I forfeit
They
for
all just
myself.
jump him.
Yeah.
I leave the cage and just go, I'm out. Fuck you all.
Yeah, he
Back to normal.
forfeits, and like all the faces and heels all win, and they all celebrate in the ring.
Yeah.
What a great ending!
Everyone turns face.
Everyone's a babyface now just because Jacob
Everyone-
Sterry exists.
And then on
That's
Unleashed,
such a fucking thing Nuck would do, though.
That
He
is
would do
that
that.
is a
Like, what's
very
next?
Nuck thing. Just like everyone's
Okay.
a babyface now because I
Hear me out.
exist.
that happens. Then on Unleashed, we have a Jacob versus the entire roster.
I was about to say,
gauntlet,
can we do
that's the
Jacob?
entire show.
Can we do Jacob versus the entire roster?
All the
John
tag
Cena,
match-
Randy
yeah.
Orton versus the
Yeah.
entire Raw
yeah,
roster.
yeah. But it's just me. It's actually two.
That's it, yeah.
It's actually me on two different accounts. Jacob
you
Sterry and Jacob
hair
Sterry.
you. All Jacob and hair Jacob. Even
Jacob Sterry and Ridden.
Oh my god, that's a deep cut.
Jacob Stone
Don't even
happens to
get
be
that
on
one.
the other team.
It's actually me versus the MWA roster. This is a gauntlet, by the way. MWA roster, BPW roster, UXW roster, and then the Neo One roster,
And also the GMW roster for some
and
reason.
also the
Out comes-
GMW roster.
Out comes Cool Buzz, your own brother. Sir, for some reason.
God.
We've gotten way off track, but you know it's the end of the podcast, so we're allowed.
We're allowed to do what the fuck we please now.
Yeah.
This is the longest episode I think we've gone an hour 2 hours 20. Jesus
Oh, yeah.
Christ!
I wonder why. I
This
wonder
is what
why.
happens when we have you on the podcast. This is what fucking happens.
Yeah.
This is
Anyway,
my fault.
Laughing.
Considering
Yeah.
we're at the end
Imagine,
of the
imagine
podcast,
if you oh,
um,
imagine if you had someone to match your energy. This would be fucking 3 hours. long.
missed. It has been an honor.
miss. I'm
But
sorry, but we
An
have
honor.
to do it.
Tradition.
Enjoy your
is
time in the group chat. 'cause it is
tradition.
coming to an
Tradition!
end. Farewell, miss. And there she
Anyway,
goes. And now the cameras are
now the cameras are all broke, so
beautiful. But that means we can
I do
start
that?
wrapping things up.
Oh.
We have no miss to it, but thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Mist. I don't know if you'll listen to the end of this, but you're not here anymore. But thank you guys for joining us. We are very excited for Locked Away, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
bye.
And we